Is this thing on? Yeah, of course it is. So I'm still getting the last minute touches set up here. And yeah, once again, as always, alerts and redeems will be off as we do not want to throw ourselves out of character and stuff for the campaigns. And I see now Stream Elements says the right title. Righty then. And this will be our pinned comment for the stream. Just in case any of you hooligans try to do anything. My head. I think that is everything. I think my fellow streamers and campaign members are pretty much set up, so might as well get myself started. Alright, here we go. Alright, folks, welcome back. We got Dirk and friends down here, and oops, I just noticed something. I have the wrong profile pic. There is always something, right? That you miss. As you can see there, it's my full body instead of the headshot that I try and do when it is D&D and stuff like that. So to whoever had to change it, I am sorry for any of the other streamers who may see it adjusted now and went, shoot, now I have to change it back. I cropped reacted. The fun of remembering things. Now I look a little better. There we go. Resize and not compromised. Alrighty then. Shall we get started on the rest of stuff? Here we go. I am going to join the call. As always, pre-campaign shenanigans. And as you may see here, I am at 104. I should probably say this during the pre-campaign shenanigans. That, yes, instead of being 99 HP, I talked to Dana, or Tagarong85, as you see above, about if I'm allowed to do averages instead of rolling, and he said it's okay, so I decided to mulligan the roll and, yeah, do the average. So instead of 99, I am 104 HP, breaking the triple digits this time. Alright, that is my little mini announcement. Pre-campaign shenanigans now. I'm back.
Welcome back, Dirk.
Welcome. Welcome to your doom.
I thought we already slayed the dragon.
I was just channeling 1990s video games.
That was just last session's Doom. Now we have to face a new Doom.
Oh boy, my favorite.
Doom 2 Electric Doomaloo.
Traveling.
Fighting.
As long as he's not a judge.
Hey, let's go another couple months of carriage ride.
We remember last time how well that went?
There were some good times. I'll admit, though, I wasn't really. Once we got to the halfway point, I was just like, "This was a dumb idea."
My favorite part was the poisoning.
Which one?
Which one?
Stares at
There's so
Sakura.
many to choose from.
I'm joking.
I'm being accused of murder.
Yes.
Wheel of
I
poisoning.
want to flick you so bad.
All right. Hey, happy spooky month to everybody.
Hooray.
Spooky month.
Spooky month.
Spoofy.
Somebody sent me a picture, and it reminded me why I'm not allowed to own anything, because I would totally buy this. It was a toilet that was shaped like a skull,
Yeah.
and the caption just said, "Go ahead,
Yes.
take a spooky dookie."
What about the urinal shaped like a skull? Are you sure you don't
I-
want to get a creepy pee-pee?
I was like, this is why I can't own a home. I would totally put these in my home.
Oh, the poor homeowners afterwards.
Spooky dookie skeletons.
I am looking forward to this month personally, up to a certain degree, because not only is this going to be an interesting month for me, just because of like some things that are going on in my personal life at the moment, but also moving closer and closer to the holidays, where I'm actually going to be able to spend time with my family again, which is really nice because we've been kind of separated for a long time because of COVID and everything. So, looking forward to seeing my nieces and nephews at Thanksgiving and such. So,
Oh, I thought you were
ready
talking
to.
about. Oh, you didn't. Oh shit! This. Yeah, I'm using a suppression filter, so it's gonna be. I said I thought you were talking about Halloween.
I'm not a huge fan of Halloween, actually.
Ooh, very hot take.
I'm weird like that. It's not
I'm
that
there
I
with you.
don't like it. It's just that I've kind of outgrown it to a point. I don't know. I'm a furry. If I want to dress up in a weird costume and go around, I just will. Like, I don't really have hang-ups, and I don't really need to do it on a specific day in order to do it. You know? I go to conventions where people dress up in all sorts of costumes all the time. I go to anime conventions and things like that. If I really wanted to dress up, I have plenty of avenues to do it. I don't really need a single day to do it.
Yeah, true. And the characters I dress up as are either not appropriate for children, or I'd get Karen going, "Oh, what is that lovely little cartoon you're dressed as?" And no one gets it. No one gets me. I can't go as Bayonetta.
Ooh, that does slay though. It's a costume.
Cool, I dressed up like Bayonetta.
Poyanetta.
Wouldn't that be Bay and Otter?
Oh, that's even better.
Well, stream's over. I can't top that.
Come on.
Oh no, I killed.
All right, see you in 2 weeks. All right.
How did I want to do this? No, not for the stream.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into it here, because we've had some plenty of time here. Get to. Here we go. All right. Well, welcome everybody to another episode of Tyranny of Dragons: The Cold Blood War: Rise of Tiamat. I am, of course, your DM, Dana Tagarung. You can find me here on Twitch at Tagarung85. You can still find me on Twitter at Tagarung85 Live. However, I've pulled back away from Twitter X Belliarmus, whatever it's called. I don't know. So you catch me here on Twitch every 2 weeks doing this stuff with my friends here, as we will go around the horn, playing Eldrath, the Shifter Warlock Bard. We have Ethan, aka Unchecked the White Tiger.
Hello, everyone.
Then playing Cambro, the Bearfolk Paladin / Warlock. We have Tazel Sixpaws.
Why's the King of Dragons always picking on me?
And then playing a Raigul, the Tigerfolk Wizard. We have Saku Darkfang.
Knowledge is power, and dead people.
You know, he's out of line, but he's right.
Right.
Playing Bastion, the Wolverine Folk Barbarian, we have Dirk the Panda.
Oh, great. Travel. My favorite.
You might like this one, actually. We'll find out. Playing Mastered Way, the Dragonborn Sorcerer Bard, we have Yao.
Just the Jackie Chan what face.
And then playing Poi, the Otter Latine Rogue Warlock, we have Cetus.
G'day.
And as always, in the background there, you can hear Adrian Von Ziegler being played on our Music Meisterbot. Adrian is a wonderful person who allows people to use their music free of charge, no licensing. You can find them on Spotify, on YouTube, Bandcamp. You can support them on Patreon. Wonderful person, and always love to see when they put out some new stuff, because I love flipping through their music because it is really good. And let's see here. Pulling up. Where did we leave off? Oh, that's right.
The party.
When last we left our adventurers, Eldrath, the Shifter Warlock Bard, Cambro, the Bearfolk Paladin, Master Wei, the Dragonborn Bard, Arai, the Tigerfolk Wizard, Bastion, the Wolverine Folk Barbarian, and Poi, the Otter Latine Rogue, our party prepared themselves to fight Arathatar, the Old White Death, an adult white dragon who terrorized the Uliak of Oyavigaton and imprisoned Makath the Crimson of the Arcane Brotherhood. Finding their way into the dragon's lair, they approached the white dragon and a fierce battle ensued. As the fight dragged on, Arathatar became seriously wounded and tried to escape, only to be met by Cambro's blade, decapitating the dragon, and thus ended the reign of terror of the Old White Death. Gathering the best of the dragon's horde and leaving the caverns to tell the Uliak the good news, after a feast in their honor, our heroes settled down to rest. Cambro, however, was met in his dreams by a powerful voice that told him that while he had fought bravely and had done well, he was still weak and needed to accept his gifts in order to kill Tiamat. We now join our heroes as they awake to a new day in the frozen wastes and prepare to escort Makath the Crimson back to the Hoss Tower in Luskan. So, the morning comes with a hustle and bustle of the Uliak preparing to depart from Oyavigaton. They're breaking down their yurts and gathering up their equipment and trail rations and any other thing that is not too heavy to carry for the trek far away, perhaps worried that Arathatar's mate or the Cult of Dragon may come looking for them or the White Dragon itself. However, you all wake up in this hustle and bustle. Some of you slept better than others. Some of you had generally good encounters while you were here. Some not so much. But here you are. Brand new day. How are you going to get home?
Don't we ask? Didn't we literally ask that last week? And they said, "Oh yeah, we'll go some other place."
Well, as you are all waking up and heading out of your respective yurts and tents, you can find Makath currently sitting on top of crates that are filled with the books and scrolls that she has rescued from Oyavigaton with your help. Reading a book as she does so, as the Uliak hustle and bustle around her.
Or I will approach and go, "Morning. Looks like that lantern fluid didn't like hurt you or anything by the looks of it."
Well, a little bit of lesser restoration and combined with general resistance to poison, always a good thing, is a speciality of the tieflings, thankfully. You look pretty well. Did you sleep well then?
Yeah, I slept just fine.
Good.
Well, it's gonna help me once I see if I can get these scrolls in my spellbook as well.
That will take time, for sure. We will have to travel outside of Oyavigaton, however, in order for us to teleport out of here. I can't teleport in this area because of the anti-divination field.
Right. Which boats are ours again? You stated that they are giving us a couple, right?
They said they would set some aside for us. I am waiting for them to finish all their packing to see what they have left for us. Hopefully is more than just one.
All right. Well, is there anything you need me to do, or should I go grab the others?
And I would say go ahead and get them and let us get prepared. Once they are done and ready to ship out, we will have to set out as well.
All right, will do. Just give me a moment, and he'll just start heading towards where the other herds are.
Well, they everybody slept separately, so who are you going to go and wake up first?
He'll go check on Cambro first. Hey Cam, you awake in there?
So the question I have before I would answer that is, would he have woken up and would he see that the Morning Star was there or not?
Well, as you woke up at the sound of all of the hustle and bustle and began to gather up your belongings, you do notice that your Morning Star is missing. And at first, you just start moving around some of the furs to see if maybe it fell into a fold somewhere, or perhaps it got pushed around in the middle of the night. But as Arai approaches and calls out to you, you still haven't found it.
It's not here. Where is it? Where is it?
Cam, you okay?
Arai, have you seen my Morning Star? It's gone.
Wait, what?
It's gone. He'll go. There will be a big bear paw just reaching out of the yurt, grabbing Arai by the shoulder and just yanking him in. It was right here. I left it with my plate armor, and it's gone now. I don't know where it went.
Oh, okay, calm down. Just breathe. Just try and remember where you had it last, and just go from there.
Right here is where I had it last. I know what happened.
You do?
I know what happened. And he grabs his holy symbol, and he grabs his great sword. And he strides out of his yurt.
Right, quickly follows.
And he just lets out this little bellow. Boy!
Oh, great.
As at this point, all of you hear that being bellowed out across the iceberg.
Oh God, what is happening now?
I start stomping my way to his yurt.
Cambro, let's calm down and think about this clearly. We don't really know if Poi did anything.
He's the only one who would steal it.
Was Poi anywhere near you last night?
He's like looking back as he's walking. He was able to become invisible and stick to the ceiling. I wouldn't put anything past the little slime.
So, Poi, you hear the sound of a bear angrily approaching your yurt.
No, I
What
don't
do
have
you do?
fast sleep. Still.
Okay.
Sleeper.
Cambro will get to where Poi is sleeping. He will slam open the flap somehow. And
Boy sprawled out on a cot, just very lazily, without any of his clothing on.
so he's completely naked.
Yes.
Oh great.
Cambro's like, and
Vulnerable.
like would grab some sort of sack or something to be able to throw on top of him to cover him. Maybe that might wake him up, and if it doesn't, he's going to scream his name and ask,
Oh, goodness. What is it?
"What did you do with it?
Oh, good morning
Give
to
it
you.
back!"
Morning to you too, sunshine. What time is it?
My Morning Star, where is it?
You're what? No, that it's in the sky. What?
Don't play dumb with me. You're the only one of us who would have taken it.
Poi like
Had it
rubs
when
his
I had it when
eyes.
I went to bed, and it's gone now. What did you do with it?
Poi like rubs his eyes and like he's like kind of getting more lucid and he like kind of oh wait. Careful what you swing around that thing. I don't want you getting a boo-boo. What was it now? You got a morning bar?
Cambro narrows his eyes. Bahamut does not have time for your games.
Well, clearly
And
you do, because you woke me up. What do you need?
He's going to grab his holy symbol, and he is going to start muttering a spell. Let me see if I can find it.
Yep, that's a good one.
Oh no.
So there's this platinum energy that comes from his holy symbol that, depending on whether anybody else followed him in, like Arai, might also be caught in, but at least he's making sure Poi is in it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I need charisma saving throws from all three of you, actually.
Wait, what am I?
I'm going to willingly fail.
Didn't mean for that, but 13.
Well, Arai fails. You can tell that Poi passes, is not affected by the spell.
Yeah, but I have nothing to hide.
I like look around and say, "Wait, you're gonna cast like a magic missile or something?"
Cambro looks at his holy symbol and he just growls. I don't know how that you're stronger than Bahamut, but I do know that he will cast you into darkness for your sins. And he follows that up, and that follows up with his second warlock spell.
Oh, jeez.
Would it be safe to say that Eldrath would be approaching the tent that they're in right now?
I would say that this has been enough of a ruckus that yes, you if you were willing to approach while this is happening, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Boy would be doing the same thing after breaking from his morning meditation with the sultry sounds of Poi echoing across the ice.
And of course,
Melodic sounds of otter.
and of course, Bastion follows in too because he hears Camera and goes, "Oh shit, do I have to protect him now?"
Well, as a cloud of darkness erupts around, where do you center it on, Cam?
My sword.
All right. So a 15-foot radius of pure magical darkness that normal dark vision cannot penetrate.
This is advanced darkness.
I hate it when people make that joke so much.
It's classic.
We've done it so many times on this damn stream, I swear to God.
Banned.
Ultimate callback.
It'll never end. Since I didn't see the Zone of Truth being cast, would it be safe to say that I have to still make a charisma saving throw walking in on it?
You don't,
yes.
because it's a concentration
no, it's only
spell.
when it... No, it's not a concentration spell, actually.
It's not?
Nope.
It lasts for 10 minutes. It is not concentration. Let's see. I believe it is... Yeah, any creature that enters the spell's area has to make that save, so yes.
Eldrath walks in.
All you high DC people are gonna just be like, the high charisma people are just gonna shrug it off.
Well, you never know.
Point of order for the people watching. 3 of the 6 characters here have 20 charisma, so...
I can still fail. I can roll a 1. You never know. So I'll roll the charisma saving throw.
Yep.
21. Okay.
You
I'm
rolled it to
in.
me, so...
Oh, I did. I did
Yeah.
not change that back. Sorry, it was a 21 for
But it was
everyone else.
21.
21.
the room goes dark, but Eldrath still walks up right to Cambro and taps him on his shoulder. I think you're scaring the rest of the villagers.
Cambro turns around, and I think Eldrath can see that he is staring right at him.
I get the vague sense.
That's the one thing you note about when you look, Cambro, is that Eldrath's not actually looking at you per se. His head is kind of in your direction, but he doesn't seem to be looking at you with his eyes. And more so that he just seems to be aware of your presence directly in front of him.
This little thief took my Morningstar, Bahamut's Morningstar. I went to bed with it in my equipment. I woke up and it was gone. Who else here would steal it?
That I don't know.
I'm trying to find out, but this little slime ball's wriggling out of Bahamut's power. I don't know how. And he's going to lunge for, he's not going to attack per se, but he's going to try to grab Poi.
All right.
All right.
I need either a athletics or acrobatics check. Poi, you're going to be at disadvantage. Cam, this would be athletics for you. Straight roll.
Okay,
Straight roll,
acrobatics.
Actually, no, this would be at advantage for Cam. So roll twice.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Oh,
Oh, even better.
Is it like a verse? Oh,
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
I
a
have-
contested roll.
oh my god.
Damn.
Well, 19. As Poi, you can't really see in the dark. Not this dark, at least. And you don't have Devil's Sight, do you?
no. I don't
Okay.
think so.
It's specifically a warlock thing, so if you don't have that, then you don't have it. Okay. So you're not really sure, but you hear the sound of something moving towards you. And instinctively, you're like, time to duck, as you duck and roll out of the way, just as Cam's massive paw wrecks into the cot that you were just laying in.
Whoops.
Eldrath
Listen.
will bust out the Ratu Mars voice and speak to Cambro. Cambro Desal, halt.
Are you
Remove this
casting anything with
darkness.
that?
No, just,
Okay.
I guess, persuading. If we want to do persuasion, I could do that.
He knows what happened to it. I have to find it before we leave.
I
I
don't
cannot
know,
abandon it.
Jack, what is this all about? You lost your weapon. Great job. I lose things all the time. I'm losing my goddamn mind over here with these accusations.
I understand your confliction with Poi, but even so,
One way to put it.
without proof, you can't just go after him.
Listen, could you at least give me the decency of some clothing? Yeah, it's
You don't deserve decency.
well, not the first time.
And he will
Uh,
end the darkness so everybody else can see him naked.
And with note, Poi, Eldrath, this is by far the most angry that you've seen Cam. In as so much that he seems to be almost just on the cusp of pure rage.
What do you mean on the cusp? He is.
Well, he's not mindless at this point. But he is definitely extremely angry, definitely more angry than you've seen him in quite some time. In fact, this is about as angry as you saw them in the fight against Arothatar.
Oh, I guess I inspire such strong emotions.
Eldrath steps between them. just stares
Alright.
up at Cambro.
From behind Eldrath, Arai's gonna hold up his hands as a gesture of no harm or anything, and go, Cambro, just calm down and let's just go through what happened last night. Take us a step by step of where you've been and what happened. Maybe this could be explained without any violence or bloodshed.
Now that the darkness has faded, everybody give me a perception check. Cam, you're going to be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Perception.
Perception.
17.
A lot.
Perception.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just didn't perceive it.
Eldrath focuses mostly on Cambro.
So, Poi, Wei, and Arai, you all notice that Cam's greatsword looks different. It has different embellishments on it. It has different wrapping on it. Even the material looks a little different.
Where'd you get the fancy new knife? That's not yours.
He's ignoring Poi because Poi is not answering his question about where his morning star is, but he is turning to Arai.
Cam?
I went to bed after the party.
Okay.
I took off my plate armor. I put down my
Oi,
great
mate!
sword and my morning
Mate,
star,
hey!
and
Hello?
Boy,
I went to bed. I woke up. My morning star was gone.
Is
There's
no
only
one going
one
to...
person here who would steal it.
Well, if we're talking about thieves, I'd say you're looking a little suspicious. I don't think that's your greatsword, now is that?
Cambro looks at his greatsword.
Now that you're looking at it, the wrapping of the handle, it's very similar to the one that was on your Morningstar. And the material shines a little bit different. It's not the same as just the normal steel that you used. It has a little bit more of a silvery sheen to it. And then down at the very bottom of the pommel is a very dark blue pommel stone.
I don't understand. This was the sword in my equipment pile.
Uh-huh. Yeah, let me get dressed while you figure things out.
I think that's fair for everyone here. We should leave Poi and talk about this with calm minds.
I agree. And with that, he'll take a couple steps right by Eldrath and hold out a hand to Cambro. Please, just come with us.
Given the new evidence of his greatsword, he looks at Poi and he looks over at Arai and Eldrath, and he slowly takes Arai's hand. Okay. Let's go.
And Arai will guide him outside.
Before Eldrath leaves the tent, he'll look back to Poi and... Don't scurry off, okay? We need to have a discussion as a group.
No promises, but don't got much else to go, do I?
That's very true. To get home, you have to stick with us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or you gotta
leaves.
stick. Poi's gonna get dressed because yay, now he's in his outfit.
Cambro will lead anybody who is following him back to his own tent so that... But he's still kind of like mesmerized by the sword as he's walking.
It looks beautiful, by the way. Like it doesn't have any of the nicks or dents that the old sword did. It's a really beautiful piece of craftsmanship.
Cambro's gonna mumble something. Who is walking by him?
Right.
All right. I don't know if this might be a perception check, but he's just going to mumble. Accept the gift.
I'm gonna roll it. Just might as well.
It's probably a low DC. Oh yeah,
Yeah, you can definitely hear that.
He'll look back at Cam. What gift?
He turns to Arai, kind of just like he jerks his head, kind of in a little bit of a daze, and then finally his eyes are like shining of understanding. Bahamut came to me in a dream last night. He
Oh,
told me, among other things, that I needed to accept his gifts to be able to be a force of justice.
well, to me, you already have proven that against a Rothatar. Why does he have to question?
That's something I was been asking myself. In the dream, at any rate. But somehow his Bahamut's in my sword now. I can feel. I don't understand any of this, Arai. But I know I have to move on. I have to put away things that happened before. And with this, I can do more. I can be better. I can be stronger.
Well, you're already strong, Cam. The only way to go is up and get even stronger than before. That's all we can do right now, and that's all we will do. But I do have
That's
a
what I must
questioning
do.
theory. Your morning star just disappeared, and now you have the sword. Is it a possibility that Bahamut probably replaced it?
I think so. Now that I'm holding the sword, I feel his power the same as when I rescued his morning star from the cave. I apologize to him that I wasn't using my blade enough in the dream. And his gift was to be my sword. All right, this is great. This is great news.
He arches a brow at that. How is that good?
Because I can accept his gifts every time I use this in battle. I can be as strong as he wants me to be. I can finally make him proud of me. I've got a pack. Thank you for being with me.
Of course.
And with that, he'll go into his yurt and start packing up.
As you
Meanwhile-
leave, he'll just sigh to himself. This is why I talk only to dead people.
Meanwhile, Bastion and Wei, having witnessed all of this and seeing some of what has unfolded, can now see Poi coming out of his yurt, fully dressed in his traditional clothing and holding his various items and weapons.
Eldrath's waiting
As,
here too.
Yep, Eldrath's waiting there too.
So, I'm assuming
Wei
Poi
was
pissed somebody
watching.
off. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I just kind of uttered to the two. So I assume Poi pissed somebody off. just shrugs it off.
We
While
would
I
have been
s-
watching
Yeah, go ahead.
and listening, and sort of quickly understanding the situation, considering the fact that this has been a running issue for the past couple of days. There is a new development that he saw from a distance, but he's quickly lost interest and made sure that any Uliak that might have been concerned with the situation are promptly consoled and encouraged to return to their duties.
Wait, go ahead and just give me a flat persuasion roll.
This looking through here and persuasion's down here. Ooh. Did it move? Oh, that is.
It's pretty flat.
They do get back to what they were doing, but they are giving you all a bit of a wider berth now that after this explosion of emotions and yelling.
If Wayne notices this, he'd be doing damage control further.
As you all watch as Cam, after speaking with Arai, goes off to their yurt, and Arai just kind of shakes his head, lamenting having to deal with the living.
That's troubling.
Eldrath's going to say to Poi, I can understand his grief, but
Thank you. Very helpful.
you have been a prime suspect in his eyes for all of the poking you have done towards him.
Well, fair enough.
While I always revel in a good jest, perhaps easing back just a tad can be in order.
Listen,
I'll-
chum, I don't know what else to say here. Like, the furball's gone mad. His sword looks different, and I'm supposed to be at fault. What would I do with a morning star? That thing was bigger than even I am.
I think you've already made my point. You shouldn't say much more. Let me do the talking.
Well, be my guest, my knight in shining armor.
Thank you. And Eldrath turns and walks towards walks towards Cambro's tent.
I didn't know Eldrath had inherent resistance to sarcasm.
Oh, Eldrath is sarcasm.
He's fluent in all dialects of sarcasm.
Cast detect sarcasm, he blows up.
Alright, just gonna get packing and get ready for the boats.
Unannounced entrant. Eldrath just walks into Cambro's quarters.
Cambro's finishing packing, and he sees Eldrath, and his face falls a little bit. I'm sorry
Well.
for losing my temper. But I have good news, I think. I think that the Morningstar has... Bahamut has made this sword for me from the Morningstar. It's his gift. He wants me to accept it. I didn't notice it until, well, Poi yelled at me about it.
I am curious. Bahamut is a god of justice,
Mm-hmm.
but does he let emotion drive his justice?
Well,
If that
there's
was
a
the
lot
case, I
of-
would have been dead very long ago.
well, I don't know how much you know on Bahamut's teachings, but the 7 unspoken truths of Bahamut. There is recognition of emotion in there.
Hmm.
When I had the dream last night, he seemed very intent on having me be his force of justice. But I have to improve before I can get there. And this, and he holds out the great sword, this will help.
Bahamut came to you in a dream.
Yes.
Hmm. Would you allow me to identify the longsword?
It's a great sword, not a long sword. I don't know how much you know about swords, but
I have never really wielded one, so
okay, so that makes sense. Why?
call it curiosity. Having the platinum dragon speak to you in a dream is a rarity, is it not?
I don't know. He speaks to me a lot, actually.
Hmm.
So it's. I mean, he told me I did a good job yesterday. That made me happy.
Told you did a good job. Hmm.
Yeah. Dana, question.
Yes.
Would there be anything that would prevent me from allowing Eldrath to do this?
Well, as you are considering passing the sword over, you hear something deep within you that gives you doubt in handing this sword to Eldrath.
He is just about to hand it to you, and then he jerks his hand back. We should really get going. Maybe we'll do this another time.
Yeah, Eldrath eyes both you and then the sword and back to you. You are a very curious one.
Is that good?
Well,
I hope so.
I don't know. Eldrath turns around and starts leaving. Try to work up the courage to apologize to Poi when you get the chance. I think trying to reforge a bond is better than to leave it broken.
I don't think there ever was a bond, but I should probably apologize. I'll get to it when we meet up at the boat. We're still going on a boat, right?
As far as I know. I have my
Alright,
own
I'll meet you all
preparations
out
to
there.
do.
And Camber will finish his packing and make his way to the boat.
Well, the Uliak, true to their word, do leave 2 hide canoes for your party, along with some provisions to get you through a few days. By mid-morning, they have finished their own preparations, and soon a massive flotilla of hide canoes set out carrying the entire tribe, with the children waving at you as the group paddles off into the water to the shores of the ice floes. Before leaving, Bonecarver bids every one of you farewell and does chant a blessing from the totem spirits to protect you on your trip back.
Bahamut bless your travels as well.
Eldrath bows his head in respect.
All right, Waves.
Same, but a little less passionately. More indifferent.
As they depart, and McCaff claps her hands. It's like, all right, strong people, start loading up the boats, please. Make sure that you keep the documents and such close to the center. I don't want them getting wet.
Canberra will follow orders.
Give me a hand.
If you want to get the other canoe, put the boxes that she's talking about there. That might help.
All right, on it.
Where's Arathatar's head?
Firmly
Oh.
wrapped up in a series of hides that have been sewn together into a large tarp,
Okay.
and is standing at the shore with the rest of your belongings, waiting to be loaded.
Canberra will make sure that goes on the canoe that he's on.
Eldrath will take the time to tell Arai. I did a ritual on Arathatar's head. It shouldn't decompose for the next 10 or so days.
That may be useful. Hopefully we can get some answers out of it, but I have some doubts, unfortunately.
I think we will have a chance to do a bit of preparation before we ask it any questions.
Agreed. Well, I say let's go ahead and help getting these boats ready, and hopefully the trip back won't be too crazy.
Maybe.
Let's just see how this teleportation goes.
This is the first time it's been mentioned of teleportation, by the way, for the rest of you.
Wait. How are we gonna teleport kayaks or canoes?
We don't need to teleport the kayaks. We just need to get to the shore, and once I am outside of the anti-divination field, I will be able to, one, send a message to my sister, as well as prepare a teleportation circle, and we can all travel to Luskan.
So the books are being shipped by sea still?
Oh no, we can carry everything else. The boats will, well, we could take them if you really want them, but I don't think they're a collapsible kind, so...
I am
He'll help
not
to
an
explain.
academic. Oh well.
He'll help to explain by stating, we're taking the boats to the shore. From there, we're taking everything off the boats, and McCaff is going to teleport us somewhere close by.
This is all like feels like the meme where it's like the lady with all the math equations are around her head. Alright.
We're going to blink from one place to another.
I know how teleportation works. The books were confusing.
Sorry.
Alright. Thanks.
As McCaff is getting the rest of her things together. So, has all of the excitement ended then? I heard yelling earlier. It seemed to be quite loud.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
try again.
Yeah, it's over. and he just if like Poi is within earshot, he's just gonna like turn to him and just mutter, "Sorry."
Mm-hmm.
I said sorry. It wasn't
My,
you after all.
Well,
Well, that's that. Let's go.
Boy's just gonna grimace a bit. Alright then. Let's got him in a... Wait, what?
As everybody loads into the canoes and shoves off. Let me go ahead and get athletics checks from, I guess we'll say, Cam and Bastion.
All right.
Big stretch.
I hope this is better than my otter grabbing abilities.
Is this to
Yay!
move the boats?
It is.
All right.
If you would like to
Let's
assist them
mildly
to help
help.
lower. There we go.
Neat.
That works.
Lowers the DC for them, but they did quite well anyway, so they are able to push off and start paddling towards the ice below shore across the water. It doesn't take very long, probably about maybe like 20 minutes for you all to get to the other shore where the ice flows are. And as soon as you hit the land, Makoth just kind of smiles and does a little dance. It's like, I can already feel it. It is no longer here. Oh, it has been so long. Who am I going to message first? Oh, goodness. I know. As she... Arai, you've seen this before, but the rest of you watch as she holds her hands close together and up to her mouth and starts to whisper into it as she says, "Hello, sister dear. I'm glad you didn't forget about me. Your apprentice did quite well. He killed a dragon with his friends to save me." As motes of energy coalesce around her hand and then dissipate in a cloud as they all fly off into the ether. After a few moments, Macath smiles and starts laughing. And this is probably the first time you've seen her show any real sincere levity in her countenance. And Arai, you would know that means that she has received a response.
I take it she's happy right now.
To a sort. Something along the lines of, I am a pain in the arse and I have worried our mother sick. And she reaches over and just kind of slaps your shoulder. And she also said that you are a good man. Well, good boy. I don't know if she has noticed that you are quite the man now.
Well, she trained me pretty well, and having my friends help along with it.
Well, you all did quite well. And despite your unusual appearances and behaviors, I think that your actions have boded well for the future. If this is the kind of chaos that you can bring to the world, I do enjoy it. But we are needing to get to Luskin, so let me get to work. As she begins to start moving snow away from the ice with her feet. Actually, the Dragon Boys, can you help me with this? I see you move water before. Can you help with the snow?
No problem.
Of course. Simply.
As the both of you using shape water are able to move the snow out of the way by melting it down and freezing it back into ice. making a nice flat surface for her as she begins to use her finger to scratch a circle into the ice. Funny enough, she actually makes fire appear on her finger as she melts the ice, creating the circle. This will take a little bit of time. Talk amongst yourselves. Not so loud though, because I do need to concentrate.
Arai will turn to the others and state, if you haven't teleported before, just... It is weird for your first time.
Eldrath raises his hand. It is not my first time.
Well, I
I'm
hope
not surprised.
Well, I hope I don't get motion sickness.
It'd be my first time.
Well, motion sickness cannot promise, but worst comes to worst, we can help you.
Just expect to feel like you're upside down and sidewards and upside right all at the same time.
Alright.
I think I
Love how
felt
Bash
that
is
when
just
I
like,
fell
"Cool,
down a hill
sounds
one
good."
time.
I guess.
Just remember to breathe at the end.
But if you want the rush, hold your breath. It is fun.
And with that, he'll give a glare to Eldrath.
Cambro's looking between Eldrath and Arai confusedly.
I think breathing
what-
sounds
What
reasonable.
do I do?
I don't know.
Okay, guess I'll breathe.
Oh, yeah, the breathing thing. It sounds like a good idea.
Trust me, it will be. It helps a lot.
Now you're,
Can-
Yeah, just go try.
now you're asking.
Eldrath will just kind of wave Araya down real quick. Sorry, Bash.
Oh, no, yeah, you go ahead.
And he just whispers in Araya's ear, I dare you to not breathe. I'll give you gold piece if you do it.
Make it 3.
2.
Deal.
Okay.
You have to do it with me, though.
I already planned to.
Quick question. Does Bastion overhear this?
I would say not, that they are whispering to each other.
Okay, he still has his mind about the breathing thing, and if Canberra's still by him, he'll just like lead over to him and go, I guess we should breathe? I don't know if we don't. I don't know if we'll explode or
Yeah,
something.
I mean, Arai's the pretty good with magic. I would trust him with that knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
What are Wei and Poi up to at the moment, while Macath is etching this circle into the ice?
I'm just leaning back in the well, I guess since I'm not rowing, I'm just kind of leaning back, letting people take over while I catch some Z's or rest my eyes just a bit.
It's not going to take that
Wei
long.
is watching the creation of the circle intently, sort of silently calculating the difference between the methods shown here versus what he knows of his homeland.
Surprisingly, the basics of it seem to be similar, whereas a circle is needed to help focus the energy that is going to be used. However, the runes and the sigils that are inside the circle are obviously very different. In fact, I think that Eldrath would even notice that they're different from the ones that you saw previously in the castle, Castle Neratar. Because it looks like these are going to a different location, obviously. So that would mean that they would need different runes, different sigils, different script.
Yeah, he might notice that it's different, but he has practically no clue what it means.
This is some high level magic. Yeah, this is for those who don't know, this is a 5th level spell, which not many of you can cast other than Arai at the moment.
Is she? I'm guessing she's casting it ritually with a ritual.
It does require her to actually make the circle in order to cast it.
Okay.
So she
How
has
long
to
is the,
spend time
casting
making
spell?
it.
How long does
The
she
cast-
take to do that?
A minute.
To make it, it's a little bit longer to make it in the ice. Unfortunately, if she had been just on regular land, she could have done it with chalk or ink in probably about a minute. But here she has to actually etch it into the ice because there's no way that any chalks or inks are going to actually stay on the ice. So altogether, it's
actually
probably
do
going to take
have
her
a-
about 10 minits.
Okay.
I actually do have a 5th level spell slot. I just don't have any
Cool.
spells inside of it, so.
Yeah, it's the problem with multi-classing.
Yeah, right. But I think Way would know.
As she gets to finishing it and stands up and blows the fire off of her fingertip. She's like, all right, gathered everything up and let's put it right in the center.
Yes, ma'am. And he'll grab a crate of the books.
As she claps her hands at everybody else. Chop, chop, we have to go. Come on.
Are they?
Camera will do
Is it
likewise.
all in one canoe?
It's been split up between the 2
Or is it in
canoes. Yeah.
Hmm.
And also there is the head of a Rothatar that Cam was also toting.
Eldrath will attempt to move a box, but probably will need a second person.
Or I will assist after putting down the first one.
Way will move whatever small objects that he can.
Moving little bits and bobs and getting it into the center of the circle. As you all manage to get all of your items, minus the boats, not really needed where you're going to be going. And she's like, she looks around and says, "All right, everybody, pull in, get close. We don't want to be outside of the circle, otherwise you might lose an arm, and we don't want that."
I am curious,
Hmm?
where exactly will we be teleporting to?
We're going to be going to Luskin, and we'll be right outside the host tower. It's probably best that we are outside the host tower instead of inside it, because I don't want to see you all disintegrated. I would like to avoid that if possible.
Okay. With that,
What's disseminated mean?
You know when you burn a piece of wood and it turns into ash?
Yeah.
That.
Oh. I don't want to be disseminated.
Yeah, you go poof.
I don't want to go poof.
Eldrath will
All right.
use the Mask of Many Faces to make himself look like Ratu again.
Oh yeah.
As McCaff kind of quirks her head. What is this for?
The gist of it is I have a bad reputation with my other face. And also when I took this job, this was the face I had. If you do not mind calling me Ratu Mars, that would be most appreciated.
Whatever works, I suppose.
Dang it, we have to change the overlay again.
No.
So, as McCaff recites the incantations, her hands glow with this purplish light and energy before she condenses it into a little ball of light hovering right in front of her. And then suddenly the ball flashes and first, the outer circle glows with that same soft purplish reddish light, slowly spreading into the lines of the runes, filling them all inward to the center under your feet. And then suddenly, there's this incredible rush of wind that pushes up from the runes, and the light intensifies. The wind starts rushing and whirling around you, catching nearby snow and ice into a small blizzard, whirling about you until all you can hear is the roaring wind in your ears. As she cries out, "This is when it gets shaky, but don't worry." Those of you who are going to be holding your breaths, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Would they benefit from my paladin aura?
They would actually.
Well, what does that entail again?
Yeah,
It's a +3 right now.
with plus 3. So I get 23 then.
Not bad.
18.
All right. As the light flashes with an incredible intensity like an explosion, and all of you can feel your bodies being stretched like rubber as they are pulled through space and time. Everything around you becomes a rush of colors, landscapes, sounds, and wind until you feel your bodies unstretch and start to relax and compress again. The wind, still whirring and roaring in your ears, starts to die down, and the light dims until all is still. Arai and Eldrath, neither of you vomit.
But we're pretty
So-
fucking buzzed.
Good job. Bit of a head rush, though. Bit of a head rush.
Ooh.
And the circle that you arrive in is in an open area surrounded by stone cairns with blue flames burning brightly atop them. The ground is cleared of grass and replaced with a large sheet of flat rock, seemingly perfectly flat and smooth. And as the light fades from the runes, a large structure comes into view, not too far away, where standing on an island at the mouth of a large river is a structure that looks like a gargantuan, titanic, dead tree, with branches spiking out and upwards, 5 main ones with several other branches splitting off of them. The trunk of the tree is at the least 50 feet thick, and the whole thing towers above anything in the area, reaching hundreds of feet into the sky, taller than Oyavigatan. If this is an actual tree, it is very, very old. And you can see that there is a path leading from the circle to a sturdy wooden bridge that crosses the river to the island, and also that there are no visible guards that can be seen in the vicinity. As Makath sees this structure, claps her hands and smiles. "Ah, it is good to be back. I see they have not renovated at all in my absence. Please gather up these boxes and follow me. I will need to make sure they do not see you as enemies. Otherwise, again, you might become disintegrated, and we do not want that."
Cambro finishes hyperventilating.
You good, Cam?
It's all right. Just breathe. First teleportation is always the hardest.
He'll look over to check on
I
Bastion.
don't want to be disseminated. I'm good. Thank you. Okay. I'll grab a box and this head.
Oh, so Arai checks on me?
Would you not?
Yeah, I'm checking on you.
Oh. So as soon as he does, he looks at him and goes, "Oh, you thought I was motion sick?" I was just curious.
And Wei?
Would you not be able to contact some apprentices to help us move this cargo?
Well, I have been gone for 3 years, and all of my apprentices were on the boat that was crashed and burned, and you saw a few of them in the ice, I assume. So I do not have apprentices.
Indeed.
Don't worry, it's not too far of a trip.
Eldrath hands over 2 gold. to Arai.
What's this for?
Well, you did it. You didn't throw up.
Well, hopefully we'll make a better bet for something else.
Maybe.
And he'll grab one of the crates to get ready to get moving. Mr. Way, you could probably carry the other crate if you wish.
Approximately how far is this structure?
From where you're standing, it is probably about a quarter mile.
Quarter mile? Yes, he will carry the other crate.
That's great.
Such a worthy dragon.
As Wei just touches one of the touches the crate, and it levitates in the air, and he just gently pushes it along.
Ryan just rolls his eyes.
That works.
As McCath actually smiles at that. Work smarter, not harder. All right, come on. And
Canberra
This
she
is how you
falls at that.
survive where I come from.
No point of a brain if you can't train the body.
as McCath starts to lead the way, as you all walk along the path towards the bridge that crosses to the island. As you approach the bridge, there is a stone sign that appears to have been shaped out of a single piece of granite that just reads, Post Tower, no entry except members of the Arcane Brotherhood and guests. And it's important to note that and guest appears to have been added after the first words, as they are not as weathered as the other words on the sign. And the tree, now that you are getting closer to it, is not a tree. It actually appears to be made from freeform brownish-black volcanic rock, seemingly sprouting from the ground up, and it is not carved or built. It's safe to say that no mortal hands were involved in the making of this structure.
I'm gonna touch it. Just
You're not there just yet, but
well, when I get there, I'm gonna touch it.
Poke it.
I'm gonna poke it.
I'm gonna poke it with a stick. Deal.
Yeah, yes.
Surrounding the structure, which again is, now that you're getting closer to it, you realize is even bigger than you had originally thought. Easily, this is a 50-story structure. It is gigantic. And surrounding the structure are several tall evergreen trees and a large open field of green grass, in which there are some scorch marks and gouges that can be seen, likely from perhaps young apprentices and students testing their spells. And to the right, there is a more modern building that appears to be a stable with several horses, axe beaks, oxen, and other traveling beasts of burden, along with some humanoid and dragonkin that are working around them to feed them, groom them, prepare the creatures for upcoming travel, or even remove the barding for a period of rest. As you approach the actual base of the trunk, so to speak, you can see that there are two large dark oak wooden doors that are banded with steel and adorned with runic carvings from top to bottom and along the frame of the door itself. Poi, do you want to touch the trunk?
Yes, I'm gonna touch it.
As you reach out to touch it, Makath actually slaps your hand. Not yet.
Why?
Do you want to be disintegrated?
I'm just trying to. What is this?
This is
gotta
the
be
host tower.
This has got to be like the third largest school I've ever seen, at least, maybe second.
Well, it is more than just a school. This is actually a... it's complicated, but it was actually a prison of sorts at one point, as well as a fortress.
What
Now
school is
we
it?
are... Well,
I mean,
now
it's
we are
still
only
a
interested
fortress.
in teaching. Oh, no, it definitely is. That originally, I think this was about 1800 years ago. There was a built as a way to defend the area from the aberrations that were running wild out here. Supposedly, there's a primordial being held underneath it, deep down below, but I do not believe in that. I've not found any proof of this. Frankly, if it hasn't done anything in the passage of time as is, then it is likely of no concern anyway. And then there was a tyrant who overthrew the local council of wizards who ruled the city of Ilusk, which is now Luskin. And they fled to the tower and set up here. And then they decreed that all wizards and magic casters should be exiled from Ilusk. And they subsequently fled here for protection. That led to a lich situation. Complicated stories
that's-
all around.
Ah.
As she's going on, as Poi's eyes just kind of roll back.
In other words, don't touch.
Well, it's just, for now, all these runes here, as you can see along the doors, this is what protects people who do not belong here from being able to touch it. In this case, if you touch it, you no longer be able to touch anything ever again.
That's a little harsh.
It's the only way to protect ourselves. The last time that we had people here that were not of the Brotherhood, they ended up killing everybody. Granted, most of the people inside probably deserved it.
Well, let's get this over with. Because I do like to touch things, preferably shiny things.
I will remember to keep you in my sight. But as you all approach the doors, they actually crack open without any sense of mechanical means at all. And as they do creak open, Rednaval rushes out to receive you all. And the first thing that she does, she rushes to her sister and embraces her. Sister, I've missed you so much. It's good to see you again, Red. As Rednaval actually punches Macath in the arm. What is that for? For worrying mother. She has been sick with grief these last 6 months. Well, I was a prisoner of a dragon, forced to decipher scrolls and books he had stolen some century or so before. Not to mention, I was stuck in an anti-divination zone, if you remember. You always have an excuse. You can kind of tell from their banter that this is just how they show their affection for each other.
Dana, I will never stop
Yes.
loving hearing you talk to yourself.
I write what I write, my friend. That's all I gotta say. But Rednaval actually moves to Arai and looks at him sternly. And my apprentice, how did he perform? Adequately, I would say. Definitely better than your last one.
He gets a nervous smile.
Well, the bar is not too high when comparing to him.
He did
And,
wander off once. I will mention that.
Eldrath.
What?
She looks over at Ratu. I thought her name was Ratu.
I can explain things to you in a minute.
Mm-hmm. But she does reach over and just gives Arai a pat on the cheek and then pulls on his arm. Come, I told the Archmaid that you were bringing some lost material to be returned to them, and that you were my new apprentice. If all goes well, he may give his blessing to see you brought in as a member.
Really?
Is possible. Is we still have other people, as Macath actually speaks up. Don't get his hopes too high. He still has to be approved by the over wizards, even if the Archmage is willing to forego the usual entry process. As Red gives her a really nasty look. I'm not saying it is impossible. He helped to free me, as well as recover the stolen materials. That will go a long way. It's just best to hedge your bets when dealing with the over-wizards and their underlings. But you were all led into the main entry hall of the tower, which is a very large open space with several statues and paintings depicting several of the mages as well as scenes from the history of the tower. Redneval notices the giant wrapped up package that Cam is holding. What do you have there?
Cam is just like looking in awe. He's kind of not paying attention, but when she like asks him about that, he just shakes his head. Huh? This is Aritha. The old White Death. His head.
As her eyes go wide and her eyebrows shoot up into her hairline. You actually killed him?
Yeah, I cut off his head.
We're just missing a silver platter.
Wow, okay. That is impressive. You probably shouldn't carry that around all the way. You could leave it down here in the entry hall. We will make sure that nobody takes it.
Oh, I can stay with it if that wouldn't be a problem. I just want to make sure it gets back to Waterdeep.
Oh, we will make sure it does, but you will definitely want to speak with the Archmage. As she lowers her voice and leans in a little bit. I need to convince him to help out your Harpers and all them. The Arcane Brotherhood, you see, is not keen in getting involved in political matters, but perhaps it is best for them to at least help a little bit, you know?
Cam's face falls at that. Politics? Again?
This is the life that we live, my friend.
Okay. He'll leave it where she indicates.
As you walk over there, go ahead and give me either a perception or investigation check. Anybody else who actually wants to get in on this, there's lots of things to look at while you're down here.
Ooh, lots of shiny things. Okay.
Mostly paintings and statues, actually.
Oop.
I see nothing.
Damn.
Neither do you.
What's going on here? Perception. Ironically, perception is the thing that I perceive the least on my sheet.
Apparently, I rise a little too focused on the thought about joining the Brotherhood.
But as you look around, you can see that there are a lot of different paintings from like different periods, just depicting various moments within the Host Tower's history. Master Wei, one of the paintings that you notice depicts a woman with silvery long hair and fair skin, leading a charge against a group of gangly undead in robes, carrying staves and wands. And as you look at that woman, you can recognize none other than Lady Laryl Silverhand. And it is an impressive painting, to be sure. However, the plaque underneath marks that this painting depicted the time when Lady Silverhand led a group of anti-mages and mage slayers against the Grand Cabal, the founders of the Host Tower who had become liches. And the date shown is from approximately 700 years ago.
An interesting depiction. Is this an ancestor? Or
As
perhaps the same
Retinaval
person?
laughs at that. No, not an ancestor. She is still kicking. But you didn't. She's one of the chosen of Mistra. She's immortal.
Oh,
Oh, did you not know that? I'm sorry.
not. I am a foreigner to these lands.
My apologies. Yes, Lady Silverhand is one of the chosen of Mistra. Her specialty is usually magic items. However, part of her gifts allow her to basically wade the rivers of time with little effort. This was when she actually was much younger, obviously. I think she was only maybe about, I think about 100 when this happened. So this was, yeah. We owe a lot to her for getting rid of the old cabal. Granted, it took some while for the Brotherhood to build up after that, but probably better than serving under liches. That's my opinion.
Very interesting. I will keep
but come-
this information.
Yes, but come on. We should speak with the Archmage. Come on, and you are led to a central spiral staircase, and she begins to walk up. Important to note, there are obviously no elevators. So you begin to walk up, and up, and up, and up, and up. And you do pass several landings that lead to various offices and storage spaces, as well as one that seems to be spread out into the main teaching floor, where students and apprentices learn the arcane arts. One thing to note, the makeup of the student body is incredibly diverse, and it seems the only requirement for entry into the Brotherhood is a desire to learn, and apparently of the approval of the Archmage and the Overwizards to do so amongst their numbers. However, Macath and Rednaval lead you up the stairs for what seems like an hour, until Macath splits from your group at one of the higher landings, and she casts a spell, and the crates lift out of your hands as she motions for them to move ahead of you. It's like, all right, I'm going to get back to deciphering these texts and then cataloging them to be returned to the archives. Good luck to the rest of you. I hope the best for you, but remember, if they say no, that doesn't mean it's forever.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
As she walks away with the items levitating, leaving you to wonder, why couldn't she just do that the first time? Why did you have to carry all that shit? But Rednaval continues to lead you all up to the up the central staircase until you find yourself at a landing with a large, ornate door with the Arcane Brotherhood's insignia embossed on it. As she turns to you all, now, I will ask you to hold your tongues and not speak out of turn. This hopefully will not only work to bring Arai into the Brotherhood's fold, but also convince the Archmage that it would be in the Brotherhood's interest to assist the Harpers and the others rather than isolate ourselves from this. I do firmly believe that this is not something we can ignore. This cult of the cult of the dragon, it was called, yes?
Correct, ma'am.
Right. Their desire to resurrect Tiamat, as stupid as it is, has already brought them too close to Luskan's waters for what I've seen, which does put us in the crosshairs, so I don't think that the Archmage would appreciate that. As she looks you over, and none of you really had a chance to really, like, bathe or anything like that, as she goes through and just prestidigitates all of you, just kind of spoof you up a little bit, just give you a little sprucing,
As she's doing that
Way
to
has done that to
Cambro,
himself.
as she's doing that to Cambro, he's going to whisper, when you said hold our tongues, you're not meaning like literally holding our tongues, right? I just right. I didn't know if this was a culture thing.
No, not just try not to speak out of turn. That's all.
Okay, you'll let me know when it's my turn, please.
She blinks. All right.
Blank faced.
Yeah, always loves to crack a joke, am I right?
But as she gets you all cleaned off as best she can, mostly just your clothes, not your bodies, unfortunately. Prestidigitate does not clean the body, just the clothing. But you have you get looking pretty nice as she straightens her robes and then knocks on the door. And it slowly opens, and a automaton made of silvery metal and glass sticks its head out. It is about the size of human, built in an almost clockwork manner, with several exposed interweaving gears, as well as some that are enclosed behind metal and glass. It doesn't have a face, but there are two holes in the metal faceplate that kind of sink into sockets that house little blue motes of fire or energy that just kind of burn with a soft light, and they do seem to move in the sockets as they regard you. It makes several clicking noises as it turns its attention back to Rednaval. Hello, Herschel. Is the Archmage ready for us? As the automaton nods its head in a jerky motion before stepping back and opening the door fully. And Rednaval just gives you all one final look and walks in.
Arai takes a quick breath before slowly following.
Following.
Wei
As
would
you all
like
steel
to-
yourself. Go ahead.
Oh, Wei would like to quickly stop Arai, hold on by the shoulder, and he would just give a very magically charged nod and give him a point of inspiration in case he has to say something for himself.
Thank you. Thank you. Alright. This is going to be very nerve-wracking, but hopefully this goes well.
Revealed
Yeah.
to you is a large office with large glass windows and a tall ceiling nearly 20 feet high. On either walls to the side are ebony hardwood bookcases reaching the very top of the room, filled with books and boxes of scrolls. Several automatons similar to Herschel climb ladders and footstools, placing books back into their places as well as removing them from the shelves to be placed on a rolling cart that is being pushed by an unseen servant. The cart rolls over to a large ebony desk, and the books levitate and place themselves on the desk next to a man. And sitting at this large desk made of finely carved and sculpted ebony, surrounded by papers and books, is a human man, at least in his 60s or 70s, writing down onto a piece of vellum with a quill as a book floats next to him. He has a darker tan skin, white hair that is cut short to his skull, a little balding patch on the top that betrays his age, despite his features being still sharp and chiseled. And he looks up momentarily to acknowledge Rendeval's approach, and then motions the book away, the tome sitting back on the desk as he places the quill into an inkwell. Rednaval, a pleasure to see you. I take it one of these is your apprentice. As Rednaval nods and gently pushes Arai forward. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
He slowly steps forward with his hands behind his back and states, I am Arai Ghul. I am Rendeval's apprentice.
As he stands, his robes float gently around him as he stretches his back a bit before walking around the large desk to look you over. He has these steel gray eyes that seem to pierce through you as he looks at you, before they flash with a white light for a moment and then go back to normal. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
19. Hang on.
With a 19, you're able to notice that that was the Legend Lore spell. Promising. Definitely curious, almost to a fault, but not foolish. Tell me, young necromancer, what is the purpose of magic?
The purpose of magic is for any use for any way, no matter how it states. People can use their type of magic to help others or destroy kingdoms. It depends on how you use it and how you view.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
I'm going to use that
you're like-
inspiration.
Yeah.
So that's
Inspired.
a D6 or D8?
D8.
D8, just one?
Yes.
Ooh!
Nice.
19.
Oh!
Needed it.
Inspired.
He considers your answer, looking you over, and then looks to Rednaval. You have my permission to petition the Overwizards. I believe Zalan is still present today. She would be the best choice, I think. He begins to walk back behind his desk and sits down, reaching for his quill. Also, Archmage, there is another matter we wish to discuss. The cult's movement, I'm aware. There was an Eldrath Valuthra ship that departed to the Northern Wastes not long ago. Word has reached me that they were severely crippled and are preparing to limp their way back to this port. I have advised the Luskan Council to deny them entry. Poi, give me a deception check as you all just kind of shoot a quick look to Poi.
Nothing to see here.
You can roll insight if you like.
All of us or just Boy? Or all of us?
Everybody else. Poi's rolling deception.
Gotcha. God damn it. Why is it?
It's a lot. Just so that's a
I think
lot of
Cam's just too
insights.
focused
I don't
on
know,
Orion.
man.
I am very insightful.
Ta-da!
You know.
Come on, Cambro.
No, Camro's actually not paying attention to Boy. He's paying attention to Orion.
Okay.
Some of you wonder when Poi went after a ship that had the Eldrath Valuthra colors, and then came back without the ship that he left with. You kind of wonder, but Poi doesn't betray anything.
Respect.
Well, that is good, but I do believe that it may be prudent for our organization to be more proactive in this matter. As the Archmage, Kashan, as his name states on the desk, he pauses his writing and puts the quill away. I see. I suppose, Rednaval, I do not need to remind you of the disasters that occurred the last time the Brotherhood became involved in such matters. No, sir, but I believe, and he quickly cuts her off with a wave of his hand. I will hear what these adventurers have to say about the matter, as they are more involved with it than we are at this moment, and I will consider their words carefully before I make any decisions, and that is all I will promise at this moment. As Rednaval just nods and looks to you all, and the Archmage actually looks at all of you and then pauses as he stops at Ratu. I would ask, however, that we be transparent with each other to the best of our abilities, as he waves his hand and casts Dispel Magic.
Yep.
And your disguised self fades.
Hmm?
Eldrath will do a little bit of a bow. With one's keen eyes such as yours, I knew that my many faces would not fool such beings. My name is Eldrath Myuuldrid. I am a former associate of the Cult of the Dragon, member of, if you've heard, of the Interlopers, and am in league with the Harpers at the current moment.
I see. Well, your deception has been noted. However, I do appreciate you for explaining as such. I would ask, how am I to trust you, though, in this matter, when you have told me now that you are a former member of the Cult of the Dragon, which I am to understand is quite a pervasive and infiltrating type of group?
Well, of course. I come from a sect that is not involved with the extremists of the group. My people do not share the same views. I have distanced myself from even my own, so I cannot speak for them anymore.
As you look at his eyes as they are looking at you, and they flash with that silvery light again, before fading. That's twice now that you have lied to me. There is nobody named Eldrath Myuuldrid. Lie a third time, and I will see that my automatons see you out of my tower.
Boy looks like he's about to say something snarky. Is no one gonna shut him up?
Canberra's just looking at Eldrath worriedly.
Or I will, like, gesture his hand for anyone behind him to try and stay quiet as possible.
I respect, young man, that you probably have your secrets to keep, as I am not able to discern what those secrets are, obviously, from some charm that is upon you. And I care very little for your secrets. They do not concern me at all. I will ask, however, that you refrain from trying to lie to me further. Is that understood?
Perfectly.
Good. Now, why did the Arcane Brotherhood get involved in your war?
Why indeed?
Anybody else is also available to speak if they feel they are up to it.
Well, Poi's been banned from saying funny things.
Wayne has different reasons.
I am in my own space.
Canberra just simply doesn't know enough about the topic to say anything.
Neither does Arai.
He seems to be focused on Eldrath, though, right?
Well, Eldrath has been the one who's been speaking the most, and also now he has a bit of a laser focus on him, as he has drawn attention to himself, and seemingly has misrepresented himself slightly.
Mm-hmm.
Arai will stand to attention and state, with all due respect, sir, I may not know him for too long, but he has been great help. Plus, with his knowledge, he helped us defeat Arathatar. Yes, yes.
Redball speaks up real quick. That's true. I saw the head. It is downstairs in the lobby at the moment. Acknowledged. As he looks at Arai, continue.
As stated, he has qualms with the cult, yes. But he is now working to stop whatever their plan is, rather than join it or be a spy. As stated, I haven't been long with him, but strangely enough, I do put a lot of trust in him. And I wish for all the others to do the same.
As he leans back into his chair and props his head onto his fist as he regards all of you. I will grant you the benefit of the doubt. These cultists seem to believe that there is a possibility that they can free Tiamat from, of all the places, Avernus. That is a tall order for anybody, including a bunch of would-be religious zealots. I'm not even certain that the Brotherhood could do such a thing. Why should I be worried about this?
Because there could be a possibility that it can happen. And we should be prepared for that chance, for that possibility.
Cambro squares his shoulders and clears his throat. your mage ship. My name is Cambro de Sol. I am a warrior of Bahamut. I am also working with the Harpers, and it has come to our attention that there is a strong need for protection and comedy. No, comedy. Being together.
Commonality.
Camaraderie.
That's it, camaraderie. Thank you. We responded to the sound of the Drake horn. Whether or not these cultists can do what they intend to do, the fact that they will be trying is going to put a lot of innocent lives in danger. The more that can stop that from happening, the better it is for all of Faerun.
As he looks at you, Cam, scrutinizing, and then looks over to Wei.
Yes, he would like to speak up. Wei looks curiously, kind of at everything going on. He doesn't hide that he's newer to this area. Yes, I know that I have not spoken. Greetings. I am Wei, emissary, investigator from Longo. The troubles here of this land have reached our ears, to the point that even Lady Silverhand has called upon me to help with this investigation. I seem to recall from our trek through this tower, there are many incredible pieces of history that have been emblazoned upon these walls. What is to say that this is not another era of such danger and change?
I respect Lady Silverhand greatly. Her prowess and arcane knowledge is rivaled by very few. Also, I know how strong she is, and how much stronger she used to be. if she is involved in this, then yes, I would say that it is a very serious matter. Very well. You have given me quite a bit to consider. I will speak with the Overwizards on this matter, and we will reach a determination at a future point. I thank you for bringing these to my attention, and I would ask that you try not to get into too much trouble while you are here. I would hate to cause an incident between the Arcane Brotherhood and Lady Silverhand yet again.
Thank
That
you,
is all.
sir.
You may
You
leave.
should.
Or I will turn
I
around
would
and
like to give a courtly bow.
or I will bow as well and turn to head to the door.
Canberra salutes and follows.
As you are departing, Eldrath, he meets your eyes for a moment, and then goes back to picking up his quill and writing on the vellum.
Eldrath has not really been moving a muscle. It's like his mind was racing, but nothing came out during that time. But after that, eye contact is broken, he leaves.
As you are all escorted out of the chamber by Rednaval, and the door closes with a loud thud. That's where we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Woo!
Whew.
Yeah, I need to grab food and I need to redo my tea. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Water break.
Yep, water break here too.
Yay, avoiding legend lore.
It's a hell of a spell.
It is indeed.
I didn't think you could cast it on people, could you?
You can cast it on people, places, and objects.
Wow.
If you can name it or describe it, you will get all of the significant lore about that. If they haven't really done anything, then you won't get much. But as you find out, if that thing doesn't exist, it does tell him that. So, there's that.
Oof.
But we'll go ahead and take a break here, and we'll be back in a little bit. Don't go away, folks.
All right.
Stuff too for a bit. Also need my own dinner. And to my chat, I am going to do the ad break now. Don't worry, it's the one time you do it during the session. No more after that.
Hmm.
And I'm back. I appear to be the only one. Oh.
No, I'm.
Oh, hello.
Indeed.
Whoa.
Sorry to drop the bomb on you there.
I mean, I figured something was going to go down.
I return.
Throw wizard mage at me.
Yeah, fucking archmages, man.
I'm like, the only time Eldrath's ever felt like that was his like first or second vision of Tiamat. It's just like,
I think there was the time when Bahamut basically raised his voice at you.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. So it's the third time that this has happened.
That time that old Grandpa Dragon gave you a stern talking to.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm having a little bit of the wonton noodles leftovers. I will mute myself so you do not hear slurping.
Sounds good. Yeah. I'm letting my dinner cool off right now. Just threw it in the microwave.
But yeah, most archmages are basically 18th level spellcasters, so good luck. Like, they're really powerful.
You
can
come
cast a
into my
10-minute
house
cast
and you
time spell
disrespect me with
instantaneously.
your namby-pamby disguising self. Go away with your phone.
He could have.
Yep.
Wouldn't have taken much. Oh,
That was nerve-wracking.
yeah. He's now you understand why he's the archmage.
Yep.
And so that's because he arches his eyebrows.
To be fair, I am playing a little bit. I'm playing the words of legend lore a little bit, where you can just describe a person and get the information off of them, but he specifically was looking at your name. So that was what he was going for. So if he wanted to, like he said, he isn't concerned with your secrets.
It's the magic version of like a CIA database of everybody in the world or something.
Kind of, a little bit, yeah. Legend lore is a little limited in what it can do because of, what you're able to determine and all that. But you can still get quite a bit on things. That's why it's so high a level spell, though, is that you really, really need to want to cast this in order to do it. And this is one of the few things I think that is. This is one of those you kind of have to learn this, or your god has to give you the ability to do this. This is not something that is inherent for a lot of people. So like that's why this is specifically a bard cleric wizard spell.
So since I gave him Eldrath's name, basically nothing came up, at least not the information he was seeking.
Well, no, he that's the thing, is you don't know what he got out of it, but he was able to determine that that's not your name.
Cool.
Which surprised everybody else, I suppose, but
Yep.
What's that one?
You got some splaining to do.
What's that one meme? Hold on, I'm gonna post it.
I mean, I got a rock
We're gonna
curious.
be all like, who was the one who was lecturing us on honesty when we were going up to Oya Vegaton?
I mean, it has a right curious, but he was
be
trying to stay focused.
Satan?
Yeah, a little bit like
That's so Eldrath.
I guess the only saving grace is that this guy is so not interested in you that he doesn't care. He's just more offended. but that to the point where he didn't even care to hear what your actual name is.
I wasn't
Just-
going to give it to him.
Yeah, and it basically just a flex. Because he wanted to know who you were, and then he got something out of it apparently. And after that, he decided he needed to really make sure you knew that you can't really screw with him. And that's the funny thing about your ring of mind shielding. Like, it definitely helps that people can't tell if you are lying or not. But if they're able to find things out about you, that doesn't really help.
True.
Also, level 18 spellcasters are fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much I could do against that.
As somebody who has played a campaign all the way to level 20 twice, I have gone up against high-level spellcasters, and they are really hard to kill. Like, extremely hard to kill. It's like, sure, they may be,
Well,
they may have low health and everything, but you gotta be able to hit them first.
not to mention they probably have a backup stored somewhere.
That was the thing, is that we did Storm King's Thunder, and we ended up playing it all the way to level 20, even though that module doesn't actually go to level 20. We just kind of expanded on it a little bit. And one of our players started as a rogue sorcerer, and he was actually playing a grung, which I thought was hilarious. Which are one of the frog creatures that you can, an enemy race that you can play as. Since this was their first campaign, they decided that they didn't want to continue on with that because they didn't really build it right. Like, not in a way that it was really well made or feasible to use. So we ended up killing off that character, and they brought in another character that was a Warforged wizard. And by the time we got to the end of that campaign, that Warforge was crazy. It was just like we had clones of ourselves, like, in case we died.
Yep.
Yep.
And then not only that, he had that Warforge. He had a simulacrum of himself, and the running gag just became that towards the end of that run, once we were all done with saving the world and everything, and we were just another adventurers for hire group, that anything that was too much of a hassle for us to deal with or too low level for us, we would just send a simulacrum to go and take care of it. And it didn't matter if that thing died because it was just a simulacrum. So it was just like, yeah, go off and do this job for us and then bring the money back. Will do.
I think my next character is going to be a therapist for abuse simulacrums.
I think that might have been the theme for a season of The Flash, where one of the time remnants that he made actually survived.
Hmm.
Kind of a weird concept to think, but then again, Flash is just that's a weird show to begin with.
It just generates weird. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, how's everybody feeling? Doing well?
Yep.
I'm doing okay.
I got
Sorry about
15.
the little bit of rage fest at the beginning, though, but kind of it.
I'm surprised. Like, I thought you were really angry in that one other episode. Just, yeah.
There are valid reasons.
Right.
We will go ahead and get back into it, I think.
Alrighty.
Let's see here. I think oh, did the music has stopped, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fix that.
And
real
there is
quick.
taking a break. Ethan, the more that I look at that GIF that you put in, the more I can see Eldrath doing that. It's just
It's,
growing on.
that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get back over here. Oh, also, I'm gonna go ahead and take you all to the actual map here,
Uh-oh.
just so you can get an idea of the scale of where you are and everything.
All right.
Oh, that map.
Yes, this map.
This map.
But welcome to Luskan.
Woo.
I did erase the M that Ethan had put there previously, because you are not at Muskin, as it turns out. I allowed that for as long as I did, and now we are going back. Although you can see a couple of other of his additions there, I'm sure.
I noticed one of them right
Indeed.
now.
My favorite place to visit, Neverwinterland.
God damn it, Ethan.
Stop it.
No, I'm
It's-
actually totally okay with it as long as he doesn't do anything that's, against Twitch TOS or anything.
Those are in the
It's
white.
a little. It's
These are
really
side
funny
quests,
to see
really.
those.
They're good.
I like the lurker wood awoo.
Yeah, just over the past couple of years, just continually adding.
Like Christmas.
Throw them in there every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so as you all exit the office of the Archmage Kashan, and Rednaval, looking a little shook, kind of turns to all of you and, okay, not terrible. I will say that.
Harai just finally breathes.
Did I speak out of my turn?
No, you did wonderful, Cam. In fact, I definitely agreed with what you were saying.
Oh, good.
Yes. You all
Another
did.
day in court.
So, what's the next step?
Well, for me and you, Rai, we need to go and talk to Zalan and see about if they will allow you to become a member of the Brotherhood in their wing. I wish it was not Zelen that we had to talk to, though. She and I do not always see eye to eye, but hopefully she has gotten over that long ago when we did such things. We were in school together, you see.
He starts arching his brow. Do I even want to know?
Look, it was a long time ago. I was just learning how to cast certain spells, and it is like, look, we got her back from the astral plane. Everything worked out.
And I thought the worst you did was blow her up.
Please, it's easy to blow things up. It's hard to get things to the astral plane. Let me tell you that. But it worked. It worked out. It's all fine. She looks to the rest of you. This would probably take just a few moments for us to have this conversation with Zelen. If you would like to head all the way back down to the lobby, and then I can prepare to take you back to Waterdeep.
Thank you. That'd be most appreciated.
Of course. Obviously, we can't have you hanging around in the tower for too long. Guests are not something we normally have.
Before they separate, Arai turns to Eldrath, and he'll unattach the pouch on his hip and held it up to him. Please watch over time while I'm away.
Eldrath is turned back into Ratu, and he'll take the pouch. No problem.
Thank you. Oh, and don't lose him. Last time I lost a couple of his ribs. It was hard to find.
I can keep him in my bag of holding if you want. He doesn't need to breathe, right?
No, just like let him out every now and then and be on your shoulder or something.
Oh.
And then he's ready to follow.
As Rednaval and Arai depart down the stairs, with you all following behind before they split off at a landing, and you all continue down. Are you doing another bardic inspiration on
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Wei.
Remember, you have just slain a dragon. One lousy mage is not a problem for you.
With that, he nods and gives like a thumbs up before continuing to follow Rindavel.
As you all travel back down the massive number of circular stairs, all the way back down to the entry lobby. Cam, you note that, true to their word, nobody has interfered with your package. And Arathatar's head still lays there wrapped in the tarp that you had brought it in.
Cambro breathes a sigh of relief and goes over and just stays with it. He doesn't lift it up or anything like that, but he's just kind of waiting for a ride to come down at that particular spot.
If there's any lounge chairs or just any kind of place to sit down, that's where Eldrath Ratu will be sitting, plucking away at his lyre. Deep in thought, deep in thought.
There are a couple of stone benches scattered about. Right. Would anybody like to do anything while they are down here in the lobby waiting for Arai?
Is there any shiny things?
No. They specifically did not take you to any place where shiny things may exist. So all around you are just stone statues and paintings, none of which seem to be of real value, just more of a historical value.
Well, that is real value,
What?
I suppose.
Wei, in particular, is interested in that historical value. And while he's waiting, he will study what he can about the Arcane Brotherhood. If not only for just the interest in seeing the interconnectedness of the organizations of this land, but also if he can glean any information that might be useful in persuading them in the future.
Sure. I would say this would fall under investigation or history.
We will opt for history and seek guidance as he's doing so. Roll that. Up, right here. And that's awful, so let's like put in 1 guidance.
Order up one
Or was
guidance.
guidance a D4? Yeah, right.
All right. Brings it up to a
More
12.
than 10. Yeah.
Well, thankfully, they're not trying to hide anything from you here. Everything that the Brotherhood of the Arcade, or the Arcade Brotherhood has done is basically laid out in front of you. And it just takes some time going through the various paintings and statues to see more or less the story that is unfolding. And what McCath had said earlier is mostly true. It was originally founded as a way to protect the wizards that were ousted from Ilusk, and also as a place for people to gather to further the studies of arcane lore, magic in general, magical theory. There is a dark period of the history, however, where the ones that who were originally ousted, the ones that were known as the Grand Cabal, eventually wanted to get their hands involved in controlling things in the area, beyond just the understanding of magic, but they also wanted to control things from an economic standpoint as well as a political standpoint. And soon they actually overtook Ilusk and were able to basically raze it to the ground. And a new town was formed by the name of Luskan, and they were the ones who ruled it. And is often the case with wizards of means and the desire to hold on to power, many of them became liches, to the point that they were an unstoppable force of power and influence in the area. And after some time of people basically growing fed up with their interference in all of their political matters, there was a coalition formed, specifically a Harper's coalition, led by Lady Laryl Silverhand, who led the charge to take out the Grand Cabal and wipe them off the face of the planet. In doing so, creating a bit of a power vacuum. Another wizard took over as the Archmage and tried to do the same as they had done before, building power and influence, albeit a little bit more subtly. However, they basically fucked up, and they could not control the hordes of undead that they had created as their servants. The entire tower was taken over by undead and was abandoned for probably a century or two from the looks of the gap, until none other than Archmage Kashan was able to come back, rid the tower of the undead, and resurrect the Arcane Brotherhood, this time back to its origin of only being concerned with magical secrets, theory, and understanding of the arcane.
The
And now you
gears in
can
Way's
see-
head are turning.
Yeah, now you can see why he, as he had said, that he did not need to remind Rednaval of the dangers of what happens when they get involved in politics.
With that information, Wei will make sure to. He makes note of all this. To consider if he is ever in that situation that he has to convince the Archmage or anybody who closely aligns with the Archmage what his next words will be and what slant of information he will use. Like a politician that he is.
I figure at this point that Poi is probably just like laying on the ground like a bored child.
Yeah. It's nothing much I can mess with without getting vaporized.
How about you, Bastion? This is not really your usual haunt of places.
I mean, not spooked by it, but more of just a, I don't know, not concerned, but kind of like the feeling that it's odd. Just since the undead just, yeah, had taken it over. Or had, yeah. Can't imagine all that power go to their head. Not much else to say other than that. And then he just gets back lost in his mind, just still looking around.
Meanwhile, as Rednaval and Arai are walking down the halls of the actual teaching institution of the Arcane Brotherhood. All right, Arai. Now remember to stand up straight, stick your chest out, have some confidence, and as always, be yourself, okay?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I will.
Hey, don't look so nervous, okay?
It's hard not to after so much has happened already.
Hey, listen to me. You have done so much more than even some of these 7th Circle mages here, okay?
According to McCaff, I've done more than even your last apprentice.
She goes very quiet. Let's not bring that up around Zelen, perhaps.
He nods.
Did McCaff tell you much about Iliak?
Only that he went greedy with his power. And where I'm opposite, where I much rather save the lives, he'd much rather leave them for dead. That's pretty much it. I don't know too much.
Well, that is true. He definitely was not interested in helping people other than himself. I tried very hard to break him of that notion, but I suppose he did not take to my teachings very well. Perhaps I was a bad teacher to him.
You're not a bad teacher. There's no such thing as bad teachers. Just bad students who aren't willing to learn the true purpose that their magic can be used for.
That is a truer statement than you could possibly understand, Arai. Iliak was foolish, and he definitely did not understand what our purpose is with these abilities, with this knowledge that we have. And he certainly did not appreciate the power that necromancy has. Although he may think he does. Let us freshen our minds, chin up, chest out, as she leads you to a door and firmly knocks on it, to which it opens, magically, it would seem. And you enter a office that is less ostentatious than the Archmage's, but only by maybe like half. Uh, as standing behind a desk is a high elf woman with long golden hair, just reading a book as she stands near a window before she raises her gaze. Well, look what the cat dragged in, if you'll excuse the pun. As you notice Rednaval's very tight smile on her face. Zelenda White, one of my favorite wizards in all of the tower. How are you today? I am bothered by your sudden appearance. However, I have been informed via my message orb that Kashan tells me you have an apprentice that you wish for me to bend the rules for. I would hope it is less rule bending and an acknowledgement that he has already met the requirements that we set forward for our fourth circle mages. As she closes her book, puts it on her desk, and walks towards you.
He stands
And
as
your
straight as
name?
possible.
Your name?
Alright, cool, man.
She quirks an eyebrow and looks over to Rednaval. I did not adopt him, if that's what you're asking.
I adopted the name myself because Rindavol's pretty much been the closest thing to not just a teacher, but to a mother as well, since I was young.
Do you have formal training in the arcane?
Rendevol taught me what she known as before that. It was from a book my mother once held back when she was an adventurer herself. It's what led to some quarrels to a point to where I had to run, and Rendevol found me during my darkest times and brought more light than anyone I believe could have given me.
I see. Another necromancer. I'm sure you understand that the magic of necromancy is not always seen in a positive light.
I do understand that, ma'am, but my goal for the future is to show it can be used to help others, rather than to be feared or be considered taboo. I believe any magic, no matter if it's necromancy or even something as holy as what churches and religion was state, any magic can be used for both good and bad. It just depends on how it's viewed and how it's used.
She kind of nods at that. Well, he does seem to have an understanding of the ethics of magic. Tell me this, however. Are you able to raise the dead? Summon your undead servants?
I can summon servants from the primordial plane as well as animate the dead. Yes, ma'am. As well as speak to them.
And speaking to the dead as well. Tell me, what do you need in order to speak to the dead?
Well, for my case, I know the spell Speak with Dead, where, as I recall, it reanimates the dead only to be allowed to answer up to 5 questions, under which they return to their slumber to not be raised anymore.
So it's a resurrection spell, then?
Temporarily, in a sense, up to the 5 questions. But depending on how you ask those questions and the answers that are given, You'd be surprised what kind of information or even a nice conversation you can get out of it.
But you are disturbing the dead in doing so, is that not true?
That is true. But may I answer your question with another question? Do you believe that the dead may have unresolved questions or issues of their own they wish to release from their, metaphorically, chest in order to feel more at peace when they were asleep?
I see you understand magical theory as well.
I will admit,
But-
as an example, I have one time animated a soldier before, and the only question I asked was, what was their true regret that they recall in their life that they wish could have been fulfilled? His true regret was that he never made it to his daughter's birthday. He was in the middle of battle to the point of his death. I felt he was more at peace when I finished the rest of the questions.
Now, you are a necromancer, of course, but do you have any knowledge of the other schools of magic?
No, ma'am. Necromancy has been my main focus.
So you can only cast necromancer spells, then?
Not only necromancy, but it's been one of my primordial focus. I can do anything from protection to fire. I could create dimensions.
As she looks over to Rednaval, lacking an understanding of the other schools. However, that can be taught. Very well. Araigul, answer me this. Why do you want to be part of the Arcane Brotherhood? There are many other ways for you to learn magic. You could go to another school, perhaps even, to learn this. You could go to a college off somewhere in the high streets of Waterdeep. You could even give up your necromantic ways and become just another evocator or a diviner. Why do you want to be here?
Because I want to be under the same school that taught my master and her sister as well. I want to go under the same school that has the rich history in which stuff like liches and the undead have been spoken of before, and learn through that history to promote and look forward to the future ahead. To prove to others that necromancy can be scary, but at the same time, it can be used to help and, in some chance, enlighten others.
I want you to go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion. I'm gonna use the Bardic Inspiration.
All right, D8.
11.
Oh no.
As she looks over to Rednaval, I think Ilyak was probably the better student. This one's not ready yet. That'll be all. You may leave.
He gives a politeful bow before heading to the door.
As you walk out the door with Rednaval, and as soon as the door closes, she just starts cursing. "Fucking bitch, I knew she was going to do that. As soon as I walk in there, she had it out for me the entire time. Oh god, and she even mentioned... God, this makes me so angry.
Grindelwald, it's okay. I'll just prove him another way. I'll prove her wrong.
Right. Yes. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. As she pats your cheek. You are a good boy, and you will show them that there is other ways. Arai. I'm sorry, Arai. I truly thought that they would be able to... I told you it shouldn't have been Zelen if only one of the others was available.
Well, it's true that we didn't make it far, but let's just see this as an opportunity. Another challenge for my journey, so to say. If I can prove her wrong, how much would that make you look good? As he gives a smirk.
She smiles big, showing off her fangs. You are such a good apprentice, and I love you. As she gives you a big hug.
And he'll hug in return.
Oh, wait. Sorry, teacher, student. She stands up straight. Well, apprentice, it is time for us to rejoin your friends, and we will make our trek to Waterdeep.
Yes, ma'am.
As you all are down in the lobby, carousing around, looking at all the various paintings, passing the time. They've been gone now for maybe about an hour and a half, close to 2 hours, as walking down the stairs is Arai and Rednaval. All right, who's ready to go to Waterdeep?
More than ready.
How did it
In a
go?
way, insight check to see how well it went. Without asking.
You can roll insight. Arai, you can roll either persuasion or deception, however you want to do it.
He's gonna do neither. He's just gonna shrug and go. Did not go as we planned, but it's another milestone for me. And he'll walk up to Eldrath. How's time?
Time is sitting on top of the lyre that Eldrath is playing, or
Kind of
Altu is playing.
swaying back and forth a little bit to the tune.
He chuckles as he kneels down a bit to get like eye high to time. Are you enjoying the music, little guy?
As he clacks quietly to the tune of the music. Keeping time. Oh my god.
No, I knew jokes like this were gonna happen when I named him. He'll hold out his hand for time and also take the sack back so he can put it back on his hip.
You'll get it next time, I'm sure.
Oh, we will. And next time, we'll prove them all wrong.
Absolutely.
Now, let's get to Waterdeep.
Right.
Also, absolutely.
That is going to be quite easy, in fact, because, as you know, I am a spellcaster supreme. What? Nobody's clapping. Okay.
Small
that's
clap
fine.
from El.
Being able to...
Alright, just smiles.
There's a clanky gauntlet clap. Clang, 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 clang.
What, is it like Magic Premium or something?
Well, I don't know of any teleportation circles in Waterdeep that I am familiar with, at least. So we're going to have to do direct teleportation, which is a little bit more difficult.
Oh no.
Sounds
Right,
like you
it's
need
fine.
inspiration.
It's fine, alright. Don't worry about it. You know, you've done this before with me. It's not so bad, right?
Last time you did this, you sent us to the edge of a battlefield.
Okay, to be fair, I was not aiming for the battlefield. It just happened to get there because I kind of forgot where the inn was. But that's, you know, that's just how things happen sometimes.
How about a small performance to boost your inspiration? And he plays and gives bardic inspiration to her before he stores away the lyre back in the bag of holding.
Remember, everyone, breathe.
All right.
Optional, but yes.
Alright, gather all your things. Whew, okay, this is going to be difficult. I've never teleported this many people at once. Everybody standing close, please.
Alright, quickly gets time into the bag.
Camera starts a little bit of hyperventilation already.
Eldrath's already holding his breath.
Alright, we'll do the same just to go ahead and challenge Eldrath again.
And Bastion face palms
As,
at that. It's
As she opens up her spell book, flips to a page, looks it over real quick. Right. That's okay. That's that hand signal, and then this incantation. All right, this will work. This will be fine. No, this will be fine. Why does everybody look so nervous?
Alright, Tails is twitching.
All right, everybody in close, please. I need you all within 10 feet, please. Come on, squeeze in.
all right.
Yep.
All right.
Cam does have the head, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind
making
of
sure.
hugging. He's with the nervousness right now. He's kind of hugging it like a giant plush. It's just
And
Giant,
oddly enough for
meaty,
comfort.
macabre plush.
Just something to hold on to.
At least it's not rotting.
True.
can Bastion just place a kind of arm around his shoulder or something like that, just to quickly say something? Just doesn't just
To Cambro?
Yeah, to Canberra. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. This goes. You don't have to compensate for those other two. I think we got this.
I mean, did you hear? She said she hadn't done this many before. Okay.
I mean, we did
No,
teleport
I got
once.
this.
Yep.
I'm
You got it. All right.
so strong. We're strong. We're good.
Yeah, we are strong.
All right.
Do it.
Let us make our report in haste.
Yeah.
As Rednaval says a few incantations and casts the 7th level spell, Teleport. And the feeling of direct teleportation is intense. Where teleportation via circle runes is more controlled, having 2 points that are connected with a ritualistic style of magic that is focused and precise. Direct teleportation is rougher, more raw application of arcane energy. And while the circle seems to stretch your bodies from point to point, this time it feels as if you're disintegrated and reassembled, bit by bit, cell by cell,
We're
atom by
disseminated.
atom.
That brings up a very interesting existential quandary.
And
Is the person that we reform as the same person as we?
We're not Star Trekking this.
Oh no, I think I got some poi in me. Ooh.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I need to roll a D100 here.
Oh no.
I wonder what
Did
happens
you
if
use the bardic inspiration die that I gave her?
I
I don't think it
this is what
applies.
you can add to this because this is not an
I
ability
don't think
check.
you can. No.
Yeah.
And
But she can
Oh.
apply it to a deception check to say that she meant this all along.
Sure.
oh, well, hold on. I gotta get a few more dice here.
Oh,
Oh boy,
I
we're
don't
going to
have
another
enough
plane.
dice.
this laughing is out of character.
We need a T-shirt
We'll all
of
end up back at
multiple
Oya
lines.
Vigaton.
We need a T-shirt of multiple lines. Dana, as our DM states, that makes us go, "Oh no."
Okay. So Redval is a very powerful wizard indeed. And she is able to teleport you all back to Waterdeep in an instant as you all slam into the wall of the Yawning Portal's stables.
Ow, what the?
You all take 24 points of force damage.
What the?
Jesus.
What's wrong with you?
Oh no.
As Redval slams into the wall with you all and falls backwards, just... Oh! Son of a bitch! Oh!
Oh.
Wait. Ow! Okay, who moved their weight? Somebody shifted their weight halfway through teleportation. Who was it?
Ow.
Cameron's just holding the huge dragon head. Oh, I don't know.
Wasn't me.
This is why I say, oh. This is why I say, "Oh no" to your teleporting. Ow.
This is all on you. This is not on me.
How's this on me?
Well, one of you shifted weight. Wasn't me.
Insight
Wait.
check.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
inside.
Mm-hmm.
Not great.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
And when I am
19.
spiteful, I do want to insight.
You get the feeling that Arai,
Yeah.
you've seen her do this multiple times, and she has missed on occasion.
God damn it.
Poor Wei is just lying on the ground, just aching from the hit.
I think my nose is broken. Ah.
And, but Arai, you can tell that this was totally she messed up. That she missed. She missed.
Renfo, let me tell you this. 8 times out of 10, you tend to miss your mark. This is one of those 8s.
Oh boy. I do not like math, but that doesn't sound good.
I would say that I miss far less than that. And I would hesitate to see the data that you have collected to prove me wrong.
You really want me to go through that?
No, I don't. Okay, fine. All right, I missed, okay?
Do it.
I was trying to get to Remy's manor, and it looks like we are at the Yawning Portal, but hey, we are in Waterdeep, okay? I said I would get you to Waterdeep, and here we are. Meanwhile, there's people just watching you all just argue with each other as after slamming into the side of the Yawning Portal's stables.
It's like the comedy point of an anime.
There's a horse that's just staring at you all. Wei, as you're lying on the ground just aching in pain, there's a horse that leans down and breathes into your face.
Is the horse saying anything?
Ooh.
As the horse... Wow, that looked like that hurt.
Wei just goes,
Eldrath will offer a hand
Never.
to Wei.
Wei eventually, after a moment, it's a lot. It hurt nearly as much as taking that dragon breath, really.
Hmm.
Nearly. But eventually he reaches up and takes that hand.
And Eldrath also casts level 1 Cure Wounds.
We'll be fine.
And yet, Ryan is still heated, going,
There
"We should be
is-
lucky that you didn't slam us in the stables." At least the animals are not hurt. Thankfully.
7.
Thank you. Wrath. I have
His nose is bleeding.
experienced worse from
Cambro will
You,
go over and do about 10 points of lay on hands healing on Eldrath, so his nose fixes a bit. Not all of it.
Just your butt crack.
Not all.
newer ministers in the Ministry of the Arcane. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
We should.
Okay. I would like to point out, again, we are in Waterdeep, and it could have been much worse.
Thank
Without
you for
You
getting
have
us here.
indeed
but
done
thank you.
what you have said. Thank you.
He does breathe and say thank
I
you.
shall find my apprentices now.
You might need them.
I need to report to the lady.
Yes, I have
Yes.
my own reports.
Let us, I will accompany you, Cam, to see Lady Remy. And
All right.
also, I probably should get a better look at her manor in case I need to teleport there again. So, yes.
That'd be
alright,
better,
shall we?
yeah.
Yes.
Suppose that's everything in order then?
I'm creaked out. There we go.
Well, in that case, Boy's going to rub his paws together. Well, I guess we'll just discuss the subject of payment, and then I'll leave you all to it.
You're coming with us, boy.
I don't believe that was in my contract.
More than likely,
I'm-
they're going to want to see everyone who has dealt with the Man of the Dragon. That includes you.
Well, that incurs an appearance fee.
You know what? Fuck it. Arai's going to cast Suggestion on Poi.
Oh god, okay.
Oh,
Oh, yes, master.
Give me 1 second.
Man, dude, just stop being so fussy.
Here you go.
uh-oh.
Oh.
This
That
will
DC is
be
not very
a...
high.
He's been able to dodge like everything we've thrown at him. I'm pretty sure.
This is a... What save is this?
It's a wisdom
I
save.
believe.
Question: does slippery
Wisdom, yeah.
thought? Oh, okay, wait, no, that's detect thoughts. No, that's okay. Slippery thoughts makes me immune to resist psychic damage, and immune to detect thoughts. So, I guess this
Yeah,
won't
this
work.
is not... Yeah, this is not reading your mind. So, make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Damn it.
See?
Of course!
There has never been
Just
a
by 1
slipperier
point.
otter in the world.
What?
Then
Wait,
boy.
I'm
wait,
going to-
wait.
I'm
One
gonna throw my-
point.
I'm going to throw my arms behind my head, and I'm going to look to Red Duvall, and I'm going to say, "Are you sure you want this kid in your magic school? I mean, sure you want any of these in your magic school?"
She's going to cast Suggestion on you as well. Make another wisdom
Yes.
save.
Damn.
Yep.
As she stares at you dumbfounded. This one is extremely slippery. How does he do that?
Your
Like,
guess is as good as mine.
oh goodness, I am all the rage these days. We'll just discuss it afterwards. But
If you join
I've
us,
been-
boy, I'll give you 10 gold right here, right now.
ooh, okay, now then we're talking. Give me. Come on, let me see it. Let me see it.
5 now, 5 after.
7 now, 5 after.
5 now, 5 after, or neither.
Stupid. I'm gonna cast the jet. Well, play. No, actually, no, actually. Well, I'm gonna cast suggestion on them.
He just blinks at him.
Wait, yeah.
Eldrath,
Yeah.
Ratu clears his throat and says, "There is the matter of you stealing a boat, and I'm sure you do not want the city guard on your tail. And if I can make an intimidation check, I will."
I would like to assist with that by just pointing over across the street. There's one there. Shall I go talk to them?
Go ahead and make an intimidation check with advantage,
And
Eldrath.
that Arai smirks.
I think Wei has already left.
Wait,
You can make an insight check if you want to see if they're bluffing you.
I kind of want to fail.
I mean,
On the one hand, I want to fail, but on the other hand, I want to.
Good chance. I rolled,
I don't
rolled low.
believe you.
Why? Why?
I made such a mistake.
Boy, you know that if they narc on you, that incriminates themselves too.
Listen, you ever hear the? Listen, kid, you ever hear the story? Snitches get stitches. Yeah, if you go and blab over to the gods over there, they're good. I mean, they also saw you guys go on that boat as well. So I don't know.
We have deeper
Well, but
ties.
since I'm such a popular guest, I suppose I will make my duty. I suppose I will perform my duty. Although I will be holding you to that gold piece thing.
Yeah. Let's go.
As
Actually,
yes.
can I sleight of hand? I want to take 10 gold from Arai.
Give me a sleight of hand.
May I?
What's your passive perception, Arai?
Where are you? 11.
Go ahead and mark 10 gold off of your sheet.
All right, thanks, mate. Do you see Hoy flicking a gold piece in the air?
You little bastard!
Hey, a promise is a promise. I'll still come with.
as we're walking away,
He'll start
Cambro's
growling.
gonna lead. Cambro's gonna lead over to Eldrath, and it's just gonna whisper, "Are you sure we need him? We can just leave his part out of it, really. Can we?"
Well, first of all, I'm not sure about anything. Second of all, I kind of like him. But I also do not want to turn my back on someone who did help us. That would kind of go against a few promises I've made in the past.
All right, let's go. Let's get this over with.
Right.
Cambro will
As,
lead them all back to the Harpers.
As you head off, you head towards Strings and Things, and are actually intercepted by Carlin, who Misty steps his way right in front of you. Hey, Cam.
Okay. You know that that makes my heart jump out. Hi, Carlin. We've got a lot of news to report.
Yeah, as I can see, as he looks at the wrapped dragon head that you have with you.
Yeah. Let's go somewhere safe.
We're gonna go to Old Brinter Manor. Remy's there at the moment, and probably the most secure place we can be at the moment.
Is Leosin
Do I
there
know
too?
Leoson's out at the moment. I believe he is. Actually, I'm not sure what he's up to right now. I know he said that he had a couple of leads that he was going to look over, but he didn't tell me much about that. And frankly, I don't operate much outside of Waterdeep, so if he has a lead outside of Waterdeep, more power to him.
Do I know
I'll
where the
figure
Oldbrinter
it.
Manor is?
Oh, you've been there, yeah.
Okay. Are you coming with us, or shall I meet you there?
I am going to check in on a few things real quick. Apparently, there was a disturbance down at the Yawning Portal, and they really wanted to have somebody just get eyes on that real quick and just see what happened. Nothing big, I hope. Just, but I'll probably meet you there later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll yeah, later.
As he gives you a smart salute and misty steps out of your sight.
Okay, to the manor. Let's go.
As you all are led to Ulbrinter Manor and let in by the servants and brought to the sitting room of Lady Ramalia Haventree. See if I have her. It's funny how she doesn't actually have a handout. I thought she would, actually.
She is the head of the Harpers. I mean, she's low key here. Very.
Technically not the head of the
Incognito.
Harpers, just in charge of the ones here in Waterdeep. But either way,
The boss right now.
as you were brought forward to this moon elf, also known as a wood elf, who is dressed in very fine clothing, currently sitting at her settee with several open papers, documents, and intelligence reports. She looks up and sees you all approaching and smiles. She's like, Cam, oh, it's good to see you in one piece.
Cam does a Harper salute back to her. Lady Haventree, we have a lot to tell you. And he goes ahead and introduces Bastion and Arai, because I don't think either of them had met her.
Nope.
And then he just kind of like glares at Poi, and that's Poi.
Boy's going to look up. So Lady Haventree was the lady who sent everyone on this mission, yes?
She is, to what you understand from what Cam has gleaned, or has insinuated, that she is in charge of the Harpers in Waterdeep. So
Alright,
yeah, she
Poi
was
is
the one
going
who sent her.
Poi's going to look up at her, and it's going to clear his throat. Oh, good evening, madam. It's what a lovely dress you have on. I am Poi, one of the associates of your wonderful band of very talented warriors. I come from a far-off land to the from the south. Was once an island village, though things have left it. Anyways, it is entirely my pleasure to meet you. I am at your service. And Poi kneels.
Cam's eyes go like dinner plate wide.
Orion
Address.
gets daggers.
I'm going to
Address
call this a
beating.
straight charisma check. Just
Please. Please.
Nope. Not Poi.
Oh, not Poi?
No,
No,
I
yeah,
mean,
boy.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, okay. I figured
Sorry.
it.
As she smiles and motions for you to stand. It's like, oh, it's been so long since somebody blew smoke up my bottom. It's wonderful to experience it again.
Best
Oh,
you
I
can do.
like this one.
I take it
All
you
right,
were
we got hit, mate.
you were the one that was in charge of transportation then.
Yes, well, we'll let those details, well, let's just say that there's been a certain hiccup with it, but man,
he stole a boat.
Oh, I'm aware.
listen, it was for a good cause.
It
It's for a
was.
good.
And that's why I have paid for the boats.
See, no harm done, no harm, no foul.
At that, Bastion just gives like a stare of confusion to Cam, like, what the fuck? Like, why the fuck is she agreeing in that?
Camera's Paul just is like going over his head, his face. Just oh, okay, okay.
As she looks over to you, Cam, and just smiles. And it's like, Cam, you must understand that the Harpers deal with far shadier people than young Poi here.
Young, listen here, lady. Wait, how old is she?
Oh.
You can't tell. She's an elf.
Oh, okay. Hey, listen here, lady. I know you elves think 100's nice and glowing, but you know, I'm actually
Uh-huh.
Well,
Go on.
well, I mean,
not to worry.
A middle-aged child.
As it turns out, however, I have become aware of some of the actions that were taken prior to your departure, and yes, the boat that was taken was officially commandeered under Harper's business. So of course the Harpers have agreed to pay for the costs. Thankfully, it was not a quite. Thank you for not stealing a luxurious boat, I will say.
oh, I would if I could.
She quirks an eyebrow at that.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway,
Eldrath is back to
Anyway,
being
yes.
Eldrath, and he has his
Well, actually,
hands up on his head, just kind of relaxing, just enjoying this moment.
are you still in your Bratu disguise?
No, he's turned back. Now that they're inside and in front of her.
As she notices that you change. Interesting.
Hello, my lady. I suppose
Oh.
Leosin sends his regards.
She smiles. That tricky little half-elf, I'll be. Okay. All right, you got one over me, young man. That's all you're going to get over me, though. I promise you this.
Well, I've been duped already once today. I don't want to get duped twice.
Probably for the best. But please, gather up seats, make yourselves comfortable. I'll have the servants grab some refreshments. As she calls out to the servants, who all start moving about and making food and some drinks for you, and setting up a table for you all to sit around as she goes over her reports, as well as listens to you all tell her what has occurred. I'll put it this way. Is there anything that you want to refrain from telling her?
None I can think of.
Same here.
The only thing Cam is going to leave out is his little blow up at Poi earlier.
Okay. Would anybody be bringing that up? Or are they leaving that to Cam?
Leaving
Boy
today.
just kind of lets everyone else talk. He just sort of doesn't speak.
I mean, Bastion's kind of the
He
same.
kind of lets their business. It's their. It is their official business. He was just a helper in that.
Putting it.
All right.
Way
Cam
only
officially
helps
like gives
to,
her the. Oh, go ahead.
Oh. Way only helps to enhance the story. He believes that Harper business should come from other Harpers first before he anything. So he just listens and, as needed, pieces on a chessboard as required, or illusory maps as required.
Cam will make sure that Lady Tree gets the dragon head, and kind of hard to miss it here. If this does not prove to the council of the dangers here, I don't know what will.
As you tell her of everything that has occurred at Oyavigaton, including bringing the head of Arathatar, she actually is delighted. It's like, finally, I have proof that I can shove into their faces. Oh, goodness. You have no idea how hard it is to get the Lord's Alliance to budge on anything.
Cam's smile is like broadening. It's like, glad to help.
So, there wasn't. You didn't spot the cult then, but you did spot this Eldrath Veluthra? Did you have any interactions with them at all?
Eldrath is looking at Poi.
Hmm.
Well,
We saw the ship that was sent after us, and he looks over to Poi as well.
this is your time to shine.
Well, wait, shit, I keep forgetting their names. Volthra.
Eldrath Veluthra.
Okay. Eldrath Volthra, okay. Well, I had a little run-in with the Eldrath Veluthra. Well, nothing. I managed to take care of it. It was a pretty can I describe like what like the design of the ship and basically like the make of it and like all the other details?
Do you want to go? How into detail do you want to go? Do you want to tell her
Well,
the truth, or do you want to embellish it a little bit?
He doesn't mention what he did. He just kind of mentions what he saw. Like he's like he's trying to like he's relaying like the model of the ship, what it was, and like
Okay. It would have been a man of war, so fairly large ship, in fact. Definitely enough to house at least 100 of crew members.
yeah, and there's a man.
I have to go and look back at our conversation that we
Yes.
had about this. Because, unbeknownst to the rest of you, Cetus and I did, in fact, roleplay this out over Discord.
It was great.
Oh, all right, yeah.
So there was, in fact,
I'm
things
very
that
well
happened. And let me tell you, it was good. Here we go. All right. So, I guess the question is, what do you want to tell them directly? Because you can, obviously, if you want to embellish the story a little bit, you can do that. If you want to be truthful, you can also do that. If you want to be modest, which I don't know if Poi has ever been modest, but, you know, first time for everything.
Oh, I have a fun little game actually. Now you just gave me a lovely idea. I call it Spot Which One's Bullshit. So basically, I'm going to I'm going to give them the story. I'm going to give them the entire story, but I'm going to add a few embellishments, I suppose. Talk about how I poisoned one of the elves' dinner, like the captain, so he had to run to the bathroom. How I shoved my sword up an elf's crotch and caused him to explode, and how I managed to plunder most of their treasury before losing it when a freak kraken somehow managed to attack us when it was attracted by all the commotion.
I am going to ask for a performance check.
Yes.
Wei is inadvertently helping, because he is stone-faced, just making these images upon the table like little models as they're being told, even though Wei does not believe all of them. He's like, okay.
Roll with advantage then. Yeah, go roll again.
And then there's like this, there was like a kraken out there. Like, oh, you should have seen it. He was like 7 different colors. He grabbed the treasure before I could escape, but I do not forgive a slight against me, no siree. So I shoved my sword into its eye and I paddled away nice and safe. The ship. When I last left it, it was kind of burning. Actually, I wonder if it's still. I destroyed the rudder and threw a Molotov cocktail. What else did I do? Did I take care of starboard side? Did I?
Remy has switched from water to wine, in fact, as she is now engaged with this story completely.
Wait, hold on, give me a moment. Let me run back. Okay, we got the crack. We got the octopus. Wait, no, it's the kraken. Wait, is there a difference? Let me see. It's a poison. Yeah. So in the end, it was completely obliterated. I just demolished it, and I made a sweet getaway with 2 boats, and I had to meet up with your lovely associates a little later. Let me tell you, when I found them, they were not in the best situation.
Anybody who wants to try, you can roll insight to try to determine what part of these stories may be true and what may be tall tales.
As far as Cambro's concerned, it's all tall tales.
Yeah, probably.
Same thing with the Rye. He's just not even going to bother.
Nothing. He can't believe anything that he says anymore.
I did actually tell the truth.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
Truth.
And the one he told is amazing.
Oh god. Insight.
As a character,
Yes.
I will roll this
Yes.
with a guidance.
Ooh!
Oh,
Oh!
Got him.
Does the minor illusion now just say bullshit? Bullshit. Bullshit.
No, he's still performing. He's still performing.
Well, he needs to read it so he knows which events he needs to make more realistic.
So
don't give it to us. Just give it to Master Wei.
Well, talk amongst yourselves while I type this out.
Okay.
Basically, the truth was, Poi did sneak into the back and destroyed the ship's rudder. He never was actually strangely enough really difficult for some reason because I had to keep hitting it and I have shitty strength. But he did destroy the rudder, and next he had to find a way out. So he, I guess, he did the disguise thing. So he was disguised as a short, fat elf, and he was trying to get 2 lifeboats. I really thought we were going to be leaving on lifeboats. I got 2, but there were like 2 guards, and I was trying to do it without getting into combat, but then I was found out. And so then I took one of my bottles of oil, and then a rag, and then I lit it up with green flame blade, and then I threw it, and then it as a Molotov cocktail, and then it just burned everything. But then one of the elf guards did attack me, so in one move, I actually ran under him and then stabbed Aoku into his crotch with booming blade, and it was a successful hit, and the guy exploded.
I was hoping that part would be true. God, that's satisfying.
As the DM, I will confirm that did happen.
It was like a Mortal Kombat.
As
Boy,
as a character. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say that Poi did in fact pull off one of the greatest feats I've ever seen in D&D history.
Ooh.
In that he actively stabbed somebody in the groin with a magical cantrip and did enough damage to kill the guy instantly.
Ooh.
And this was in the secret camp.
Man, if we had that live.
As a character, he is uncertain of whether this noble lady would like to know this truth, but he will let everyone else know. Silently.
Oh god, the face Bastion makes. It's like
Does Poi notice everyone suddenly making a grimace?
Not
His
everybody.
expression has not changed at all.
Remy
Poi
rolled a
has
nice.
his-
Remy rolled a natural 19 on her on the die here. So she picked it out, and she is not disgusted or grimacing. She is in fact smiling, trying to hold in laughter.
Otherwise
Eldrath
his
just
face
has
on-
the I'm impressed look on his face.
Well, I guess I
The-
should
the
clarify.
Obama not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I should,
Like, not bad. Not bad.
like, I should clarify Bastion's, like, just, like, war scene face of it. It's, like, kind of like, oh my god, that happened, but also, that can happen. That is possible. Not sure if I should be...
Eldrath will mention though. I do believe that ship was spotted off the coast of Luskan. However, trying to make port, right? Everyone.
What?
Yeah.
I spit out my
remember them
water.
saying that.
But
Oh,
the
oh.
Archmage told them to not allow it.
Specifically, they had passed through Luskan before. They headed up to the frozen wastes, and he was advising them to not let them dock because he has heard that they have taken damage, and he is advising Luskan to not allow them to make port.
Poi is going to tap his fingers together. Huh. Well, they got better builders than I gave them credit for. Well,
Still, quite impressive. And then you made it to us somehow.
mm,
Your tracking skills are not to be laughed at, I would say.
listen, there's a lot of things about me you shouldn't laugh at, and also some things you should, and I'll leave that up to interpretation. But focus here is we got this lovely group of very benevolent people who were targeting, who saw us in the area. Is there any chance? Is there any chance that they could Listen, I'm just saying. So they were in pursuit of I think. Wait, no, never mind. Think about it. I forgot. Just forget it. Forget it.
Well, it is a concern to us that the Eldred of Valuthra are working with the Cult of the Dragon. We were aware that there was movements with the one known as Anders, and what was his name? Greymore, I believe.
Oh, I know this
Hmm?
one. I think I have his longsword still.
Oh, that's
He
right.
He digs around in his bag real quick. And he pulls out Born Grey longsword. His longsword, and it's just yeah, we killed Anders and that guy. The interlopers did. But
That is definitely a elven longsword. Yes. Good quality too. I would believe that would be Greymore's. Yes. I'd forgotten. You were actually part of the interlopers. That's right. Well, I don't need to tell you then of their involvement.
well, I mean, their involvement doesn't matter anymore. They're dead.
Their involvement doesn't matter anymore. That's true. However, the involvement of more factions is a bit of a concern. I'm going to address a few of my underlings to look into that as well. Then we can maybe try to understand who exactly is involved in this completely. Because I can't imagine they're dedicating all of their resources to this. They already have many things that they are currently trying to take. I believe several colonies at this moment that are still being fully colonized. And I think also there is a movement, something in the high forest at the moment. I've tried to ask some more details on that from the, well, suffice to say, he's not been very forthcoming with knowledge that he has, and I'm hoping that this new revelation of their involvement may bring uh, a little bit more weight to the conversation when I bring it up the next time. I am impressed. You all did very well. Cam, I'm very proud of you. You've proven to me that this was the right decision.
Thank you, Lady Infantry.
In fact, such a good decision that from now on I am putting you in charge of all of the Harper's operations outside of Waterdeep.
Cambro like seizes up and just like all of thank you, Lady Haven Tree.
Congratulations on the promotion.
Just breathe, Cam. You're fine.
Welcome to responsibility.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Be like, I shouldn't say anything, or else it'll ruin the mood.
You're probably
Oftentimes, the reward for a job well done is more work, Cam.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why I'm only a Hieron. I am so glad I'm not part of the Harpers. No offense.
That's true, but now I have blackmail on you, so there's that. So
I have blackmail on a lot of people. Anyways.
Wait, part of the what now?
Anyways.
Continuing on. I have some movements that I need to make then. I need to set a few pieces on the board again and move a few around. I don't have any new information regarding my my husband's murder, unfortunately. However, there will be a time for that after these wheels have been put into motion. This is far more important than my my own closure at the moment. Anyway, I believe that you all have done so well that a bonus is in store for you.
Ooh.
She reaches over and motions to one of her servants, who steps away, and then comes back with 5 bags. Master Poi, I have deducted your bonus from the cost of the boat.
He's Bastion Snickers.
Wait. How heavy is the bag?
As she hands out the bags, and you all can open them up and see that there is 500 gold inside.
Huzzah.
Well, how heavy is
Whoa.
Poi's bag?
There isn't a bag for Poi.
Wow, karma.
As she smiles at you coyly.
Excuse me.
Yes, Master Wei.
I have left my apprentices to help you in your search. What might they be?
I have actually loaned them out, if you don't mind me saying it that way, to Lady Silverhand, as she has been very busy, in fact, taking over this position of the Open Lord. They have been looking into a few things for her as well. Hopefully, they will be able to assist her as well as they have tried to assist me. Unfortunately, of course, we came at a bit of an impasse, I would say. Respectfully, Master Wei, I couldn't really find myself to trust your people. And that has nothing to do with them, of course. That is in my nature, in my business. I can only really work with people that I trust.
Such is the nature of that business. That I do fully understand. There is no harm done. I am glad that they are able to help someone, though. They must keep it busy, lest they get themselves in trouble.
Well, idle hands are they are the Nine Hells playground, aren't they?
Indeed.
Well, I have had a wonderful night. Thank you so much for bringing me this information. I will be able to use this to great avail. I, however, am ready to go into my trance for the evening, I think, and I will bid you adieu. If you do not have accommodations for the evening, you are welcome to take a guest quarters here. I'm certain that my servants would be able to address your needs, whatever they may be. Otherwise, I will reach out to you when I have more information. Thank you. Thank you so much. All of you.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Lady Haven.
Thank you as well.
As she stands up, lilting just a little bit from the many glasses of wine that she has had, and makes her way off into the hallways as the servants close the door behind her.
Don't forget the head. Okay. Bye. Good night.
Oh, I have people for that.
All right.
As already there are 2 servants that are trying to very hard to lift the head up onto a little cart.
Has it decomposed a
Yeah.
bit? I can't imagine it looks like.
Actually not. Eldrath has the ability to cast Gentle Repose.
Oh, how lovely.
So Gentle
refreshing.
Repose prevents things from decaying for up to 10 days.
It's the Tupperware spell.
Yep.
Oh,
know,
it's just
Cam
like
will.
I hate to
Cam
say
will look towards-
you're right, but you are right on that actually.
Mhm. No. Sad, but it's true. Cam will look to everybody and say, if you all need to stay here, feel free. I'm sure you can ask Lady Haventree or Carlin if he's back where to find me or have me come to find you, but I need to report back to my temple. So...
Do you mind if I join you, Cam?
It's not going to be as comfortable there as it is in the manor's guest quarters. If you're looking to do that magic with your scrolls, it might be better here, but I won't turn you away.
Well,
We welcome everybody. Well, that's not true.
well, I have a couple of questions I want to ask you anyway.
Okay, sure. But if Baruch says otherwise, that you can't be there, then I have to go by them.
Understand.
I suppose. Third time's the
Wait.
charm. Third time's the charm. Yeah.
Are you going to be staying in the Old Brenter Manor, or are you going to be moving on?
Wait, is that like an? Oh God, I don't play because I'm trying to keep it consistent with Poi, but like I hate having to keep on because like I.
Well, to the sense of for the evening, are you going to be staying here in the manor, or do you want to go back and find like an inn, perhaps down at the Yawning Portal? There's other taverns and inns that you could stay at.
I think it'd be more in character for Poi to go look for an inn.
Okay.
Or just like something else out there. He's
Way, of course, does have a space at the Silverhand Manor, being a guest of
Which he
Lady
will be
Silverhand.
taking. Indeed. He probably has much business over there as well, and he would be interested in doing that post haste. He's a very serious character. So.
Of course. Bastion and Eldrath, are you going to be staying at the manor, or do you want to find your own lodging?
I guess I'll find my own lodging. Usually if we're, just finding wherever, I'll go solo. Unless it's like, we have.
Fair enough. We got plenty of gold to do it with, of course, so...
Exactly.
And Eldrath?
Staying at the manor.
All right. As you all go your separate ways for the evening, having wound down from a grand adventure, as everybody heads off, Cam and Arai off to the Temple of Bahamut, Bastion off to find a nice tavern somewhere, perhaps, to get a few drinks and rest for the evening. Eldrath enjoying the absolute pinnacle of luxury in the Ulbrinter Manor.
He's taking a nice hot bath.
Yep. Master Wei heading off to Lady Silverhand's manor in order to reconvene with their underlings, as well as catch up with Lady Silverhand. Poi.
G'day.
As you are walking down the streets out of the the high sector where all of the wealthy people live, back into the docks, basically, where you're more comfortable as a person of the seas. Give me a perception check.
Where is it? Where are you? Perception. Alphabetical. There we go.
As you're walking through the streets, it's dark, it's late, there's not that many people around. And you hear it as somebody steps up behind you.
Listen, if I stole something off of you, I don't have it. What do you need?
as you turn to look and see a drow wearing very dark robes with a hat on their head that kind of covers their eyes a bit. Hello, Poi. Been a while, hasn't it? I think Xanathar would like to have a word with you. And with that, we're going to end the session there.
Oh my.
Oh,
Xanathar.
Something's gonna happen.
I think I know that name.
I know that name.
I don't.
Oh my God! I've been waiting for this.
How do you not know that name?
Because I'm just a silly little guy.
Just a silly little guy.
I'm just a silly
You guys
little
do
guy.
not know. You guys do not understand how long I have been waiting for this.
You'll be
Holy
fine.
How
You'll squirm out of everything that they throw at you. It'll be fine.
Wait till-
Oh my God! This is
I'll
going
just
to
say
be.
this. Wait till you behold Xanathar.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
All of those who don't actually know
I
who
see
Xanathar
what
is,
you
this
did
is gonna be
there.
Great.
Okay.
This is going to be fun. All right.
You know what? I've
Well.
been waiting forever to
Oh, Jesus.
have the fact revealed that Eldrath's name isn't actually his name.
Yeah, there has to be a talk about this somewhere.
Oh, there
but
will be.
Not right now.
That's
my real
like
name.
beginning of the first campaign waiting.
Oh my God.
Nobody ever put it together.
This though. Oh holy shit! Because I have been waiting to give like, I've been really waiting to give Poi. This is going to be so fun.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy making Poi sweat a little bit. This will be fun.
Oh, please do.
But
And
yes, next session, we will be going into your downtime. You will have the 10-day of downtime. That is the D&D equivalent of a week, except it's actually 10 days. So I believe everybody's given me something to work with. I'm going to get into that and start working those out. If you all have anything that you want to do with each other, by the way, feel free to work something out. Just bring it forward to me before we do it, so I can, make a little bit of preparation. But yeah, we're going to have a chance for you all to do some elaboration on your own stories. So this will be fun.
Oh boy!
I
Oh my God!
I just love imagining that Cab's just like also taking a nice warm bath, and it's like you just hear like combat sounds of Poi and Xanathar outside or something like that. It's just like,
Oh no, you wouldn't hear any combat sounds with Xanathar.
No.
darn. You do not get the
Whoops,
pleasure.
wrong one. There we go.
But,
All right.
before we go, Tazo, I'm going to talk to you real quick, okay?
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Alrighty.
Fun.
All right.
Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night.
Y'all
guys.
have a
Good night.
Thank you, everybody.
evening.
Thank you for the game.
I know
Dana.
I know last time I said I can't wait for the next one, but I really can't wait for this next one.
This will be fun exploring.
Indeed.
You're gonna have 2 weeks of vibration, so get
Yes.
used to it.
You're gonna vibrate so hard he phases out of existence.
No.
That's a good night, yeah.
The way he's been
Uh-oh.
rolling, I wouldn't doubt it.
The particles. Are we really the same after teleportation?
Yes.
We don't need this debate.
And with
if
that,
anything,
I
there's a
gotta
little bit of
go.
toss.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
otter portation now.
Later, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Alright, and I'm heading out to have a good one. How do I leave the call? I just had a brain fart for a second, but there we go. End of call. And things are happening. There we go. So now the spaces are blank, and it's just me, you, the map. Alright, so that concludes this session. I definitely am looking forward to it. Even just hearing about what's gonna happen with him. But mine's probably not gonna be as crazy as that. So I still have some plans. like we said, we each kind of talked to Dana about it. Tagrong85 as above again. Once again, I'll just put the username in here, but because I do not have Mix It Up on, because I do not want alerts to go off. So yeah, if you want to, you can click that name. I don't know why I can't, but yeah. You can type that in the search bar, right? But yeah, he's our amazing DM, and also a great otter. We have 2 otters, my goodness. I forgot. So we are going to raid out. Fingers crossed that he is still going, but Marshmallow Bears has an announcement stream, and he did mention it way earlier on, and I'm thinking they're just, or the group is just kind of like chilling and stuff, but I was on call for the beginning part, and it looks like Marsh is off. No! I was so close. But yes, Marshmallow Bears has some sort of re-debut announcement. Let's just say they're taking some time for it. I don't know if I should spoil it, but basically that quote-unquote re-debuts and like math is hard. A little over 2 weeks, give or take. So we are going to raid into, I'm trying to think, because there are 2 people that I know well, but I've raided them recently. Dang it, Marsh really took they out of the equation. You know what? I'm going to raid into somebody different. I haven't raided them before. Oh no. Somebody else is gonna raid at the same time. Ah! We gotta hurry! Or we'll let them raid first as I set it up. Either way. Watch them raid while I'm like setting up the raid. But we are going to raid Jade Skier. So he is a lovely 3D animator. He has made Outcast Stars 3D model and Aster Lines also. I forgot if he did some rigging for It's Kabu. I know that Jen Shiba did the model, but Jade did like the rigging for it because he added some fun dance moves to it. Let's just say Kabu can do the Bayonetta dance. So, I'm going to get the raid started, but I do have the raid message in my head. I've had it since the beginning of stream because there's that one part that was just too good. Here we go. Jade is live there, and here we go. The raid message. Cancelled. I don't know if it's 2 M's or not. Or 2 L's. Whoops. Because I think it is 1. And I am trying to beat the clock here. Remember, folks? Cancelled. Alrighty, folks. Let me get the soundboard part of my thing set up. Here we go. As always, I really appreciate y'all coming. Thank you all for entertaining me, especially tonight in chat. And thank you all for letting me entertain you. Until next time, folks. Goodbye. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.